says we are live, guys. Welcome in, welcome in. I don't know if I did my description for this video now that I think about it. And if I forgot to, it's going to definitely hurt my views. Unfortunate. Forgot to do my chat GBT description, I think, of my. Oops. That's definitely going to hurt. Oh well. But we've got a showdown here of the AFC, guys. Buffalo Bills coming in to Baltimore to play the Baltimore Ravens. Of course, Ravens going to be wearing their all black uniforms today, so we got a blackout in Baltimore. We're even repping the black shirt for it as well. But this is definitely the tale of two offenses. Baltimore coming in ranked as the 5th ranked offense in the league. Buffalo right behind them, ranked 6. Baltimore and Buffalo, of course, getting it done through different ways. Buffalo 9th ranked passing to Baltimore's 13th. Baltimore 2nd place in running. Buffalo actually 1st. But of course, the run blocking been the story. Run blocking for the Bills 28th. Ravens looking a little better after that Dallas game because Dallas couldn't block anyone to save their lives. But Josh Allen is playing career level football right now. And what up? We got David Azo. What up, guys? David McNiner says 49ers won't let effing go. Azo said, I have predictions. If we have made no changes between last week and this week, we getting stomped. It is definitely going to be a little bit of a scare there. RQ, Roquan and this defense gave up over 100 yards over the middle last week. The Bills have technically the 4th ranked pass rush coming into this game. Gregory Rousseau been a big part of that. And Von Miller trying to just keep on that 1 sack a game pace, basically. And here comes Lamar and the Ravens. Lamar's coming out of the tunnel as we speak. Fun little fact here to keep an eye on if you're like looking at the small details of this game. Apparently, Josh Allen has hurt his non-throwing hand. So instead of doing the handoffs like normal, he's been doing them off like no matter what with his right hand and sometimes even doing it like reverse, basically, which they asked Sean McDermott about it a little bit, the head coach of Buffalo, and he's like, yeah, it's a little worrying sometimes, but we trust Josh. And it's just, all he can do because that left hand's a little banged up. Big story to keep an eye on for the Ravens, looking at the inactives. Linderbaum coming into this game was questionable. He's ranked the 3rd best center in the NFL, by the way. But Voorhees, who's been the starting left guard for the Ravens these past few games, went from doubtful to officially listed out. So big story to keep an eye on is who is the starting left guard tonight. So I was discussing this earlier with there's a young man at the works at a Moe's shop. I was getting some chips and queso for me and the girlfriend today, and we were discussing this a little bit. Will it be Ben Cleveland finally coming out of the John Harbaugh doghouse tonight to play left guard? Or will Harbaugh be so resistant to play Ben Cleveland that will he play Patrick McCary at left guard and play Rosengarten, the rookie, at tackle tonight? Big thing to keep an eye on here. Do we finally see a Ben Cleveland sighting? Of course, I'm going to talk about something really uncomfortable for Baltimore fans coming into this game tonight as well. Baltimore officially ranked on PFF the 31st specials teams in the NFL. A lot of that has got to do with Justin Tucker's struggles from long recently. Do we see maybe Tucker get it fixed tonight? Hopefully we do. I really want to see Zach Orr shore up the middle of this. The Bills' Khalil Shakir has been basically wide receiver number 1 over there. 6 targets, 6 receptions last game, I think for over like 60, 70 yards. Him, Dalton Kincaid, and Dawson Knox got to be wary over the middle. And again, the Ravens defense has shown problems over the middle since the opening. Big thing to keep an eye on too. Ooh, we got a Ray Lewis commercial. Hold on. This ain't about one game. It's about rings. So my boys, I wasn't sweating. I was waiting for that beast to come out. Put them doubters to rest. Oh, I'm digging this. The march continues tonight. Go and make a statement. Oh, chills, son. Chills right now. And you know how to make that statement. Just outplay the other side. Outwork them. Out hit them. They want to talk about whose quarterback is better? You show them who's better. Lock in. Take flight. Sunday night football. It's in Baltimore. Ooh! I got a picture of me doing the squirrel right there in front of that statue. Oh, it's been a while since I did the squirrel. Azo said, you know people are screaming at their TV, murderer. Yeah, you know they are somewhere out there. Oh, and there they're showing right here. DeMar Hamlin got an interception last week. Buffalo actually coming into this 8th ranked defense, 11th coverage, 4th ranked pass rush, 26th run defense. So hopefully Baltimore can get this ball going. You know, some of the plays by Etienne last week by the Jaguars were probably just unexpected plays because the Jaguars were down so big against the Bills. It's definitely going to be a very interesting story to keep an eye on. Like Azo said, they be haters. David says, better be careful, Spongy will get another screenshot. Oh, it's all in fun. I could care less. Oh. Him and Mike Tomlin, the two longest tenured head coaches in the NFL. Of course, the linebacker story for the Buffalo Bills has been horrible. Matt Milano on the IR, Terrell Bernard out, of course. They're also without Ulu Fishiso. They're starting nickelback Teron Johnson going to be out, and that's why I was bringing up earlier the tight ends. If Likely and Andrews can't get going against this injured linebacker core of the Bills, and like I said, as well as their starting nickelback being out as well. Poor Bills also have 3 tackles on IR right now. Like, they have so many players, but we're going to get to see Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills to start this game. And here they're introducing the starting lineup. Oh, I got to zoom that in a little more. No, that's not right. Yeah, and this is a really good offensive line, by the way. Little screenplay going left to Kincaid and gain of what looks like 5 yards on the play. Yeah, this offensive line coming into this game, 4th ranked pass blocking, but again, 28th run blocking, but they do have the best run offense, so they're getting it done no matter who's back there, basically. Might be a sign of who's a little better here. 2nd and 5. Little screenplay going right. Oh! And Kyle Hamilton blows Shakir up in the backfield. That's a huge play. Let's see how many. So they're saying no gain officially, but 3rd and 5. And look at that. Hamilton is 10 yards back from the line of scrimmage. Reads it, comes downhill. Shakir makes a cut inside, and Hamilton meets him. Oh, good stuff. That's what you love to see. 3rd and 5. Baltimore's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys. Might have some blitz pressure coming here. Allen making a quick motion. Baltimore only brings 4. Allen, he's going to scramble for it, and he's got it. Good job by Humphrey not to get a flag on the play. And first down there. Ball on the 40-yard line. 13:40 here in the first quarter. And what up, Captain? How you doing tonight, my boy? And I'm glad I got this game on Peacock on the TV right here, and then I got the game on Peacock over here on my on the 43-inch. So I've got, and what's funny is the one on my this here is like probably 30 seconds of the one on the TV. And oh, they're gonna say he's short. Ooh, they're going to say it's 4th and inches, and Buffalo's bringing in big personnel here. 3rd or 4th down, first rushes. They're one of the best in the league at it here. Here we go, 4th and 1. Likely quarterback sneak. They're definitely going hard count here. And they go left on it, and they got it. That was a good call by Josh Allen. You have to give respect there. They basically went hard count. They said, don't move until you hear me talk. You know, we reset, basically. They reset. They figure out which side they want to go to with Kyle Van Noy on the right side of the formation of the Bills' offensive line. They say that they're going left. They get the push over there, Oweh. Definitely someone else needed to step up in that gap on the right side of the defensive line for the Ravens. I would definitely be a little upset about that. 1st and 10, ball on the 41-yard line. 12:35 here on the clock. Strong formation left. They're going to run that way. Cut back, and Cook tackled at the 50-yard line. That's Hamilton with another tackle. And what up, Steve-O? What up, Oak? How y'all doing tonight? And, of course, if you're enjoying an adult beverage, hanging out, we got the Salute the American Heroes Cup. Salute the troops. Of course, Michael Pierce out. Andrew Voorhees out. Jalen Armour Davis went to IR earlier today. Collier was activated up from the practice squad. The running back. Ball on the 49.5. Strong formation right. They're running that way, and Travis Jones is in the backfield early. And for again, those that don't know, Travis Jones was picked among the Raven players as the breakout candidate for this year, and he's showing that right there. He beats McGovern, cuts into the backfield, and just look at him get there, man. Great play. And there, oh man, look at that left hand. Got a special brace on it, the glove, it's taped together. 5-wide formation here for the Buffalo Bills. Allen drops back, 4-man rush. Allen, good pocket, over the middle, and it's dropped. Dalton Kincaid. And 4th and 2 now. Let's see if Buffalo goes for it again. And looks like the punter is out here for Buffalo. Oak says, I'm having Frosted Flakes. Dude, Frosted Flakes sometimes hit so hard. I'm not even going to lie to you. I eat a good bit of mini wheats, but you got to be careful about some of these cereals and things like their iron levels, and especially like they said, there's iron enriched cereals. And too much iron will actually make you feel just like nauseous and not well. And it'll make you feel like you're sick, like you have something else going on, actually. And a lot of people don't realize that because, so here's the thing. If you look at a cereal, I think Mini Wheats is one of those examples. What the daily and we're going to talk about this because we're on commercial, guys, as Baltimore gets ready for their first offensive drive of the night. The daily, recommended amount of cereal that it tells you to eat, you're probably already eating more than that. Then sometimes you might be like, oh man, I kind of want a second bowl. Then you might eat a second bowl of cereal. Cool, 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 cool. You're already at that point basically at your max value of iron for the entire day. And like I said, it can just make you feeling like nauseous throughout the day, just uneasy. I forgot there's a few other symptoms of it. But fun little fact. You can always walk away from my channel saying you learned something, right? And if not, you come in on Friday night for Jackbox Gaming, and you will definitely walk away learning something. I can 1000% guarantee that. Unless you are the Jeopardy champion, but I challenge even the Jeopardy champion to come in here to Jackbox Gaming. Oak says, I'm upset that Trey Hendrickson is hurt. Yeah, that does suck. He's been one of the better pass rushers since coming back. He was week 1, wasn't he dealing with some injuries as well? Like coming back slowly or something like that. Baltimore coming out here though. So their numbers I feel like are a little buffed after the Dallas game a little bit. 5th ranked offense, 13th ranked pass, 7th pass blocking, 13th receiving, 2nd run, 8th run blocking. Coming into this game, though, Buffalo's ranked 26 in run defense, so hopefully, like Spongy says, Buckingham Phallus, I learned it. Chimera says, what is up? Chimera, our moderator, is a Buffalo Bills fan, for those that don't know. So welcome in, Chimera, my boy. How you been doing? Chimera's in college, man. He's working hard. He's got a lot going on, so we appreciate when he shows up. Sunday Night Football brought to you by New Balance, the official shoe of middle-aged men everywhere. FanDuel, we're definitely involved in Patrick Mahomes or your quarterback losing yards on knees and losing your bets. Gotcha. But blackout game here in Baltimore. They're wearing the all-black unis, dude. It's so sick. We're, of course, wearing the all-black to honor it, 1st and 10. Ball on the 13-yard line here for Baltimore. So what's that? 87 yards to go. Stack formation left here. Henry, the lone back, of course. Handoff going right. Good hole off the right side to Henry. 30, 35, 40. He's off to the races. 40. He's at the 30. 25, 20. He's almost there. He's in on the first play of the scrum. Oh, my God. Derrick Henry with an 87-yard touchdown run to start the game for the Baltimore Ravens. Off right tackle and gone. Oh my God. I don't have any gifs of Derrick Henry in a Baltimore Ravens uniform yet, so you have to forgive me. This was the only one I could find where he wasn't in a Titans. That was good. But W, chat. Tucker out here for the PAT to make this a early 7-0 game. And Baltimore's D not getting much. And what's funny is, if you didn't watch, they played a little speech before the game of, and here we go, let's watch. Ricard Andrews, Rosengarten's out there starting at right tackle, and Rosengarten Andrews just deliver solid blocks. The tack rookie, which means that's probably, does that mean McCary starting at left guard, like we talked about? Ben Cleveland is that much in the doghouse. Sponge says Henry already has 19 points. Oh my God. Hootie hoo, like Kitty says. Oh my God. I know Captain's got to be, if he's still in here, Captain's got to be happy. Captain's got Derrick Henry. 2nd player in team history to rush for a touchdown in each of the first 4 games of the season. And I'm guessing Jamal Lewis is probably the other running back there in that category. With 10:50, Baltimore's got a lead. Ravens defense not getting much time to relax. And let's just say this. Officially, with that, we're going to open betting for the night, ladies and gentlemen. You can use your loyalty points to bet on who you think's going to win the game. Streamlabs bot tells you how to do it there in the chat. Welcome in. And no return here as Buffalo comes out for their second drive of the game. Kenny says, go Ravens, especially Zay Flowers. He's talking about because he's got Zay Flowers on his fantasy team. Steve-O says, Fields got me 96 today. Bench Lords and Herbert. That's dope, my guy. Sponge, I think, is actually going to blow me out in fantasy this week. A lot of his players overperformed, and any shot I can call in, you could call in, but it would have to be like, I'd have to make sure I mute the game and I'd have to get Discord up and everything, but I could probably get it to work. I just got to mute my actual game so it doesn't, come through the mic. But I think I can make it work. Let me work on getting Discord up. It might need an update, to be honest with you. I'll say I know I have Discord. Did I never install Discord on this yet? Oh, I might not have Discord on this yet, Chimera. And empty set here for Allen. Kincaid on the right. And going there to him. And, okay, it's got updates. Cool. And up at the 45-yard line. And, yep, you can bet by doing exclamation point bet. I'll show everyone how to do it in the chat. Exclamation point bet, one of your teams, and I believe a point value from like 1 to like 10,000. So you can either, instead of Ravens, you could type Bills. Got to make sure you put the spaces in between bet, Bill, or team. And there we go. The Streamlabs logs the first two bets of the game. One for the Bills, one for the Ravens. Past left side, that's Cook, and he's across to Ravens territory as they're moving quickly here. 9:20 here in the first quarter. Whew. It is eating my CPU usage right now, I feel like. Oak Squirrel says I can't see it. And a little run going left. Maybe about 3 yards or so. 9 minutes left. Chimera got his bet in. You do exclamation point, bet all together. One space, either Ravens or Bills. Got to make sure you have the S on there. One space, and then a point value between, for you, Oak, 1 and 1,500. Oh my God, I'm not even logged into my Discord on this. And Connor McGovern's having to come out of the game here for Buffalo. There we go. Okay, I'm logged into Discord. Let's see here. Azo says upgrade? Upgrade on what, Azo? Oh, are you talking about the offensive line? I mean, maybe. They definitely needed to do something, but Falele was still in there. That was just good blocking by Andrews and Rosengarten. But McCary has been playing average, so okay, there we go, Oak Squirrel. Your bet is in. 1st and 10, handoff going right, and oh my God, it was looking like a good run, and Roquan literally lifted James Cook off the ground with that hit. That was a legitimate hit stick, and my God, the bets are flowing in right now. We've got 5 bets in right now for 41,500 loyalty points. 3 bets on the Ravens, 2 bets on the Bills so far. Chimera says, Darwin, don't worry if Discord's giving you. It's up now, so I've got it up and everything. So, Chimera, we can do it. We just got to make sure we do it at probably a good time. Maybe like end of the first quarter would probably be a great time, actually, if that works for you. Oak Squirrel says, I looked at the ESPN bets. Oh, no, don't tell me, Oak. NFL bets be doing all kinds of stuff. And like a lot of people are showing you right there in chat, by the way, like David McNiner did, you can do a gambling function to roll a 1d100 die like you're playing some D&D and actually gamble your loyalty points to try to win some more. Chimera, David McNiner, Steve-O, they're the gambling guys of my channel. 7:53, set third and 6 here as Josh Allen needs a big third down conversion here to keep this drive alive. 5 people coming. Allen pass right and got him, man. That's Kincaid, and he's got the first down. Looks like Kyle Hamilton in coverage makes the tackle. 4th target, 3rd catch for Dalton Kincaid. And we talked about it. Baltimore has struggled, with their coverage of these tight ends. Brock Bowers broke out a lot of yards. And Kincaid looking to continue here. Eric All had a good week. I told Sponge to pick up Eric All. Eric All put up like 10 points in our PPR league this week. Basically, I told him if there's motion, if Eric All's in motion, the ball's going to him for Cincinnati. 1st and 10. Allen from the shotgun. Oh, pressure by Kyle Van Noy rolls out. We've got a flag on the play. And Allen just rolls out of bounds as he knows it's going to be a penalty against the Bills. I think Kyle Van Noy beat somebody and tackle grabbed him. Yep, and we've got holding on the offense. Alan Eck, his 2nd season as an NFL referee. He's about as young as they come, it looks like. And that's against Spencer Brown, the right tackle. Let's watch here. Kyle Van Noy against the right tackle here. Outside leverage, cuts back inside. Just good little swim move there. Just hit, come over. It's like they showed Aaron Donald showing him just hands close and gone. 1st and 20 after the penalty. Ball in the 43-yard line of the Ravens. Allen looking right, going there, and on the slant, he's got him, man. And that's Mac Collins, I believe. And, man, could have took a big hit there, but didn't. And if you didn't see, again, the pre-show thing of Ray Lewis trying to hype up the Ravens a little bit, they probably showed them that video in the locker room. Oh. 2nd and 14 after the pass right. 6:15 on the clock. Baltimore showing an overload on the left. They go through. Oh, pass gets off, though. And that's Shakir, again, tackled at the 30-yard line as Shakir continues to dominate the targets for the wide receiver room of the Bills. 5:50 and ticking. Is my girlfriend heating up her brisket right now? Oh, we went and got Mission's Barbecue yesterday. I always go and get pulled pork with lean brisket, fries, cornbread, and sweet tea is my go-to. And I eat the pork first. I save my brisket for leftovers. Oh, we got a man down. And that's Shakir as medical staff's coming out to check on him. That would be a huge hit for Buffalo. Oak says, I'm going to go watch The Simpsons. Good luck, Darwin. Later, my boy Oak. Have a good night, man. No worries. Oh, I feel like I'm failing lately. Kyle Van Noy has had 2 sacks in 2 games so far. He is playing out of his mind for the Ravens. And, if it wasn't for that penalty, he probably had his first of the night. First of 2, hopefully. But we've got Rosengarten. I didn't even get to see who was playing left guard because the Baltimore's drive was only like Chimera said, please be okay, Shakir. I want to see who's at left guard. Yeah, who would Curtis Samuel probably would be moving more into the starting lineup with Shakir being hurt, maybe. Keon Coleman, Mac Hollins, whatever his name is, and then I know you had Curtis Samuel. You added him over from Washington. And then somebody else. I can't remember, though. And like Streamlabs says, man, the flock prays for Shakir. We never want those injuries. Baltimore's got to just turn it on to another level and just go on a win streak here. We've still got Cincinnati coming up as well as Washington. Jaden Daniels continues to look really good. Wild. Let's see how we're doing in fantasy football. I'm definitely going to lose. I'm playing Captain Niner with Team 3 kickers, the troll team that I took over after I kicked the guy. And, of course, he's got Derrick Henry. So I'm probably not in store for a good night there. 540 here. Josh Allen, another empty backfield, and the refs are stopping the play. I don't know what's going on here. Let's see. I'm playing the Sponge, and it looks like I'm going to lose by 20 points to Sponge right now. I've got Jared Goff playing against Seattle, but that's not a good matchup. As well as I got Amon St. Brown and Jameson Williams. So almost all my players are relying on having a big night against the best defense in the NFL. It's definitely going to be rough, that's for sure. Come on, Dior. Oh, yeah, man. I think so, of course, the next hurricane, by the way, is taking the exact path that Helen just took. So here in Florida, especially in the upper part, like above Tampa, and what we call the Big Bend towards the Panhandle and all that, and there's confusion whether McGovern, the center, I think he's okay. I don't know why they I think that's fine. I think he needs to be allowed to come back in, the center for the Bills. They got a backup center in there now. 9-play, 40-yard drive here for Buffalo. Another empty backfield here. Baltimore fakes a blitz. They only bring 3. We've got a flag. That's probably a holding as Allen going to chuck it deep, and great play by Nate Wiggins to not get a flag there and make a play on the ball. And this is probably going to be holding. So Baltimore bluffed a blitz. 2 linebackers stepped in originally, giving that initial 5-man pressure look. They then backed out to help cover, of course, that middle where Baltimore has been struggling. And even with a 3-man pressure look, Baltimore was still able to get there. Let's see here. Travis Jones literally just chucks one guy out of the way, and he's the man that applies the initial pressure, pushes him towards Kyle Van Noy, who then spins out. And Travis Jones, chasing after Josh Allen, almost makes the sack. So, again, Travis Jones continues to show why he's the breakout player for the Ravens this year. We're absolutely excited about that young man. I really hope we can sign him to a contract extension after this year, kind of like Broderick Washington in a sense. Yeah, Azo, I saw North Carolina and Georgia got wrecked from all the rain. Empty backfield, high snap. Allen's going to run with it. Oh, off the right side, and not a bad run down at the 30-yard line, and going to put them in pretty good field goal range, and I'm guessing that's what they're going for. And they are taping the ankle of Khalil Shakir up like crazy right now. And high snap, good thing Josh Allen's a tall quarterback. He wasn't able to get that, and Beak able to get the first hand on him and slow him down. Tyler Bass out here, 5 field goals on 6 attempts. Longest of the season so far, 43 yards. This one from 50. From the right hash mark, here we go. Ball is up, and it looks good. It's good. That ball looked like it was good from 55 at least. That was a good kick. And with that, Buffalo's officially on the board tonight. We've got a 7-3 ball game as we're finally maybe going to get an actual look at the Baltimore offense after, the first time They just did one play, 87 yards. Kenny says, did I get banned from the casino? I don't think so, my guy. Is Streamlabs not registering it? Is Streamlabs being a tool? Oh man, so good. And we're having some Crown and Coke. Let's read here. Our mission statement. The Global War on Terrorism Memorial Foundation leads the effort to plan, fund, and build the National GWOT Memorial on the National Mall in Washington, D.C., on a site befitting the historical significance of the service in this war. So, of course, Global War on Terrorism, GWOT. So the money goes to build a memorial in D.C. for all the warriors who gave their lives in the war on terrorism. So cheers to all the veterans, past, present, future. We're having some Crown for you. If I wasn't inside, pour one out for the boys. Kenny says, I'm out of here. Bull. Maybe it's over. Let me check something real quick here. Let me check modules. Gamble. Kenny, you can't gamble over 10,000 on the gamble. Is what it is. You can't gamble more than 10,000 in one shot. And I'm about to change the rules. People have made their fortune on the All right, I'm saving this. Oh, I can't do negative. Boo. It has to be 1. All right, I can set it so at least you don't win anything. There we go. Okay, we're good now. We're good. We saved the settings. So now 1 to 25 gets you 0 multiplier. 26 to 50 gets you 1 multiplier. 51 to 75 gets you 2. 76 to 98 is worth 3. And if you roll between a 99 and 100, it's a 7 times multiplier now. So I had to change a little bit on the gambling. But yeah, 10,000, by the way. Oh, Steve-O calling out. You said you misspelled it, by the way. Oh, the Isaiah Likely getting the start? Oh, McCary starting at left guard officially. Wow. Ben Cleveland. What happened to Ben Cleveland? That's what I want to know, man. 4:34, though, as Baltimore comes out here for their second drive of the night. First one went pretty well. Let's see if they run it the same thing. I would. Oh, a little fake there. Screen going left to Zay Flowers. Little bit of space. Makes two-man miss. Still on his feet. And tackled at the 40-yard line for a first down. Good play. They basically faked that same run they ran on the very first drive of the game and then ran a screen going the back opposite side. And like they're talking about here, Buffalo is loading the box on this. Andrews, the sole man left. I'm sorry, Likely over there too. Jackson looks that way. Going to run up the middle, and what looked like only going to be a gain of like 3 ends up being maybe a gain of 7 here. And of course, Buffalo's been dealing with some injuries, but they've got a really good pass rush between Von Miller and Gregory Rousseau. But with the loss of guys like, Terrell Bernard's out still, Matt Milano's gone to IR. Their safety, Mike Edwards, is out tonight. Ulu Fushio, one of their other linebackers, out tonight. That Buffalo's second part of the front seven is definitely struggling. And Henry with some good moves, good stiff arm, and Henry was running right, cuts all the way back to the left side of the field on multiple cuts and a strong stiff arm and able to get the first down carry. 1st and 10, 3 minutes left here in the first quarter. Yeah, says, nice bouquet of flowers. Zay needs his flowers. Zay needs his flowers for real. And we call that flower a yak. Because, yards after catch. 1st and 10. Oh, double motion left. And Lamar going to roll the opposite way. Sets up a quick pass to Justice Hill. And Hill able to get out of bounds on the right side here. And first down, 225. Or 227, I'm sorry. There it goes. Starts ticking. That's a pretty good play design. Let's see. What was Kolar and Ricard and Likely up to on this play? I'm a little interested. Okay, yep. And if Likely hadn't fell, Likely was going to be so open. Oh my God, if Likely hadn't tripped on that play, little power run left, it looks like, and Henry able to get away from the first man and needed inches, got about 6 yards. 150 here and ticking as Baltimore, I believe, on Buffalo's side of the field here. And didn't need to pass much last week as Baltimore took advantage of the Baltimore took advantage of the Dallas defensive line last week, one of the worst run defense on the NFL. Azo said, we need high stakes betting. Oh, we got a penalty on the defense, too, on number 94. That's Smoot. And let's watch here. And Patrick Ricard kind of chippy as he's getting off. And, just Smoot kind of just like runs right into his face a little bit here. And, yeah, it's kind of just putting a knee to his face a little bit. That was definitely probably the right call. Ricard was trying to push him off him a little bit, but... And running out here, 135. Thought it was a jet sweep. Lamar going to keep it running up the middle, and that's a gain of what looks like 4 yards on the play. Going to bring up 2nd and 6, 120 and ticking here in the first. And we might have Chimera here in just a little bit here, our resident Buffalo Bill fan, to talk about the game at the end of the first quarter. Oh, and what a cut by Lamar to escape a man right there. 2nd and 7. Lamar fixing his sock and shoe a little bit. 5 seconds on the play clock. Hill, the man in motion, going there. And they set up a beautiful play on that left side. 3 offensive linemen downfield on the left side. And we've got a 1st and goal here for Baltimore. 40 seconds as they're looking to capitalize and end the quarter with 7. And let's watch here. Mark Andrews block on the play. And Lewis he's a much larger man than Lewis. Lewis ran himself outside, but good block by Mark Andrews. 20 seconds here. Baltimore got to get up here. 7 plays, 66-yard drive, 4:15 minute drive. And Baltimore going to get the snap off. And run to Henry, and nowhere on the play. Going to lose, actually, like 2 yards, it looks like. And that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter here. Let me see that. There's Chimera. Let's see if Chimera answers. Let's see. I'm calling you, Chimera. We got Chimera. Let me mute my site here. Kick on the desktop audio. Say something?
If you are speaking, I cannot hear you, by the way.
You can't hear me? Okay, hold on. I probably got one sec. I wonder if it's... Can you hear me now?
Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Hold on. Let me try.
I see my mic pinging. We're trying to get Chimera in here, guys. Give us one moment. Can you hear me now?
No. Okay. Here.
What up, my boy? How you doing? Can you hear me? I can hear you and see. I see my mic's ping. Wait, no, my mic isn't pinging anymore. My mic pinging? There it goes. It's pinging. I see it pinging now. Chimera is trying one more time, probably. We're trying. We're trying. I do these streams through OBS, and OBS is just not very friendly. It's probably because OBS is taking all my mic usage. It would be my guess. I was double checking my input device. Yeah, like input on voice activity. Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, I'm sorry, Chimera.
Best man.
I thought about doing some of the streams through Streamlabs, but the thing is, I scheduled like all 35 plus of my games through OBS and YouTube. And when I do it through YouTube, I can just go to OBS and manage all my broadcasts through OBS on YouTube, because everything technically is using OBS's software. While with Streamlabs, if I scheduled it through YouTube, I can't like go to Streamlabs and be like, yeah, let's start this stream that I already pre-done on YouTube. And then OBS and YouTube allow me to customize my original setup for my broadcast more, where if I did it through StreamYard, I would have to start the broadcast, go to you, or put the broadcast up, then go to YouTube, edit more settings. Like Lamar rolling out, got the ball to Henry, and he's gonna run in, and that's a catch for a touchdown, as the blowout for Henry is gonna continue in fantasy football leagues probably. Baltimore barring the PAT, 14-3 lead. Oh, thank you. Thank you for telling me that, Chimera. I had to, I turn on my desktop audio so you can hear on OBS, but, or people can hear you on OBS, but. Yeah, sometimes I think about doing the streams through StreamYard, just so that it would be easier to bring in guests and stuff like that. But I normally don't have a lot of guests on for the games, considering, I don't have other than Azo, I don't have who's our moderator and one of our members here on the channel, I don't have a lot of people that are Raven fans that I'm friends with. I didn't grow up in the Baltimore area, so. Captain says that Henry pick working out for me. Yeah, week 1 and 2 were probably rough with him a little bit, but week 3 and 4 are looking really good right now. Talk about that draft. Darnold, Mayfield, Baker, Josh Allen, like. Oh, sorry. Cracking my neck a little bit here. But Baltimore now with a 14-3 lead. Oh, I got to change the quarter, actually. One moment. We're officially in the second quarter getting started here. Tucker's not getting many chances to kick today, is he? And deep kick here for Baltimore. No return coming. Bring this ball out to the 30. And hopefully we'll see a little bit of Ojabo. I think Adisa Isaac actually is active for this game. The rookie out of Penn State that the Ravens took this year. I'm really excited to see what he brings. He's been dealing with like some hamstring and other injuries, if I'm not mistaken. But the line's looking pretty good right now. That's all I got to say. Was it Voorhees all along was more the issue? No way. I mean, he wasn't playing spectacular either. And little screenplay going left here, and That's Curtis Samuel. Good gain on the play. 14-45. As by the way, Khalil Shakir back in the game for Buffalo. Big part of that offense, but that he's subbing out here right now. You can tell that ankle. He's kind of a little slow on it, I feel like. Chimera gambling because he needs something to relieve those his stress right now. Handoff going right, cut back left by Cook, and he's stuffed. Gain of 1 on the play. This is going to be third and short. Connor McGovern spent 5 minutes in the tent. According to the Buffalo Bills, he was cleared back to play, but then the analysts were saying he had to come out. It was weird. Shakir, they say probable. We've seen him already back in the game. And, of course, Connor McGovern, the center for the Bills, already back in as well. 13-45, officially a 3rd and 1. And Allen going to keep it. He gets tackled and throws it, and he's going to lose yards. Baltimore makes a huge stop on 3rd and 1 as he's going to lose a yard and look like a handoff. Maybe Allen should have handed the ball off instead of keeping it. Someone crashed on him. Let's watch here. And definitely should have handed that ball off. Oh my God, Josh Allen. Hand that ball off to your running back, and it was an easy first down. And punter out here for the Bills now. Ball on the 40 of the Bills, so Ravens could get some good positioning. Oh, the gunner on the right side of the Bills absolutely blew this play up. And ball looks like down maybe around the 34 or so. What a play there. Got to give it to the gunner for the Bills. Whoever the gunner was on the top side of the screen, the right side of the Buffalo Bills formation, absolutely won that rep, hands down. Azo said, I could have bet. I mean, betting is still open, so, get that bet in. Chimera says, what the hell is happening? So, Chimera, in joke of what the Ravens have done before, I'm going to give it to you. They have to set it up for the fourth quarter comeback because, again, no team has lost more fourth quarter comebacks in the past 5 years than the Baltimore Ravens. So Josh Allen is just setting it up. He's got to get the betting odds in his favor, or against him in Vegas before he can, light it up. Azo said, I would be lying if I said this is how I thought the game would go. I know. Here's the thing. The game is not going how I thought it would go, but after I saw the Ray Lewis speech, I was like, this game should go this way. And it's going the way that Ray Lewis probably thinks it should go. All I know is if Baltimore wins this game, right, and blows it out, Ray Lewis, they're going to bring him in to do another one of those speeches for the playoffs, for like that first playoff game. All right, the time is now. You made it through the regular season, but that's just the first leg. Now the real journey starts. Prove who you are. Shut out the haters and prove the doubters wrong. Or, like Ray Lewis used to say, God, come out here and I need you to knock somebody in the fucking mouth. That's how Ray Lewis used to tell people to start the game. Oh my God, look at that sushi right there. Oh my God. Oh, I should go tell my girlfriend to pull some sushi out of the freezer. I got some sushi from Aldi's to try it out the other day. Actually, not terrible. For freezer sushi. Derrick Henry, 5 touches, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Azo said, yeah, we're going to blow a 30-point lead. Chimera says, does this mean we should play Andy Reid's speech before the an Andre Reid speech? Yes. Oh, Lamar all day. Got him, man. It's likely. And a huge catch. He's down at the 35 or is that the 45? Either way, CCU. And like they're saying, Zay with the speed clear out here, basically. And look at that catch. Great throw by Lamar. An even better catch by Isaiah Likely. 1st and 10. Strong formation right here for Baltimore. Buffalo has good, strong side on that. Might bring a blitz from the opposite side. Little play action. Good pocket. Lamar got time and he's going. Oh, no. It was like the same play design. And Mark Andrews was wide open and he just drops it. Oh, my gosh. That definitely hurts Baltimore there. And he's like, there is nobody within 5 to 10 yards of Mark Andrews on this. And he just, before he really secures the catch, he turns to go upfield and drops it. That's rough. Come on, Mark. 2nd and 10. And I think this, false start going to be on Ronnie Stanley, left tackle of the Baltimore Ravens. 12 minutes, and that's going to be a 1st and 15 after the penalty. Chimera says, okay, I'm watching Mark Andrews on the field. And he's, all right, disclaimer. I need like a warning. What I'm about to say does not reflect my opinion, but I have heard escalated. We heard way back in the beginning of this training camp, trade rumors, Mark Andrews, maybe it's his starting to think about his time. And Isaiah Likely let him really flourish. And then, honestly, as he's coming back from the injury and being targeted a lot, I've heard the rumors even louder. Like that what the Ravens could get in potentially like a trade back to the Ravens. And you know what I'm saying? Like if they traded Mark Andrews for a wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? Not really sure where. But and I think the Ravens are mad because I think they consider that a hip drop tackle technically. Like Chimera says, Likely is our new wide tight end one. I know, dude. Again, CCU alone, man. I got so much love for Isaiah Likely. David Meyer says, wow, that is very Ayukish of Andrews. AA. And over the middle. And oh my God, Lamar threads a needle to Aguilar for a 1st down. 11-11, make a wish, ladies and gentlemen. It's the 2nd quarter, and Baltimore's playing good football. And let's watch here. Aguilar, little stack, and this is just a little in, maybe like curl, but just sits down in the zone, starts drifting to the middle of the field, and easy. And Lamar, like I said, threading it there. Power formation here. Ricard in the backfield with Justice Hill. Andrews lined up on the right side of the formation. And a handoff to Justice Hill. Good space. And 1st down for the Ravens as they continue this drive. 10:30 here in the 2nd. Azo said, that catch, though. I know, right? Like, what a catch. And let's watch this here. Little fake screen. There's nobody even there on the fake screen. But it's essentially a draw play. And Hill just runs up the middle. And Ricard, Stanley, downhill blocking. 1st and 10. Zay, a little bit of a whip motion here. Handoff going left. That's Henry. And, had one man to beat for the 1st down. And good tackle. And looks like that dude is having a hard time getting back up after tackling Henry. And he is. I think he's actually hurt. That's not good. Who is that? And like they're saying, that is the challenge of trying to tackle Derrick Henry, man. 6'3", 240, man. He's the same height as me, basically, but bigger. Like 220 pounds more. And that's rap as he just, that's a good form tackle. But, man, you see his face. It does not look good as his face goes into the turf there. He's still down for Buffalo, and we hope he's okay. Is that Tyler Rapp? Oh my God, I don't even want to see how it's going in fantasy right now for me, to be honest with you. Spongy's kicking my butt. I mean, I don't have anyone playing right now on that team, and neither does he, so nothing's going to change there. But I've got a 74-point deficit with 3 players to make up, basically, in that game. That's absolutely rough. The other game, again, I'm playing against Captain Niner, who's got Derrick Henry on the other team. Derrick Henry now up to 30 points, 5 carries for 101 yards, 2 catches for 9 yards. Travis Kelce got me a lot of points. I really did mess up, though. I had Kittle, and I wasn't sure if Kittle was going to play, and he put up 18.5 points, which would have been big. Bucky Irving had a good day for Tampa, 10 carries for 49 yards, a touchdown, and 1 catch. Rashawn Johnson seeing some decent carries up in Cleveland, 7 carries for 26 yards and a touchdown. All on my bench, sadly, so I definitely did not manage my teams well. I've got Tyler Lockett. I need a big night out of him. Detroit not having the best defense. Man, I really should have started Kittle. God, I'm so upset at myself for not starting him. Chimera says you're also playing against me, Ella. You're catching up. I'm getting there. Wait, I'm playing you? Wait. That's captain. Wait. Now I'm so confused, Chimera. You're... Oh. Come on, there we go. Let's see. No, Chimera, you're playing Cahill right now. You're playing Cahill, and you're catching up. And Cole Bishop, their second-round pick out of Utah, the safety, coming into game for Rapp. Henry bouncing off and nowhere to go. We've got a flag on the play. That's probably going to be holding on the offense, as I expect this to be backed up even further. Oh, yeah, I forgot about the 6-man league. Thank you. Let me pull that up on my phone as well. Fantasy, ESPN. Yep. And this looked like something wasn't right here. McCary pulls, and Henry didn't go to the right hole, it seemed like, maybe. Yep. I'm going to check on it now here, actually. I've got 2 ESPN leagues I'm playing in, so let me go to yours, the Lamarck of the Beast League. Yep, and I'm playing. Let's you long live the Empire, Chimera. And all day for Lamar. All day. He launches it, and oh! Aguilar almost makes a circus catch with one hand, trying to do his best Odell impression. And going to be 3rd and 14 after the incomplete. And I've got Lamar. Oh, I've got Derrick Henry playing against you, Bill Chimera. Oh, my God. Let's see. Of course, I had Xavier Worthy. I benched him, and he was starting. And so over DJ Moore. Rough. I've still got Pollard. Man, this is gonna be close. You've got Jahmyr Gibbs and Metcalf, though. We're in a good game, Chimera. We're in a really good game there. 3rd and 14. Lamar sets up the screen. He's got the space. Hill. And he's got the first down. Let's go. And with 8:50 to screen. Oh, great call by Monken. Oh my God, Carson Steele lost me points. I didn't want to talk about my other league. And Linderbaum out there with Falele. And Falele doesn't actually block anyone, but he's getting downfield. So credit to him. 1st and 10. Power I formation here for the Ravens. Toss play going right. And Henry gained what looks like 3 or 4 on the play. And I like how quickly Ricard and all them were there to help their guy up. That's what I like to see. It's just, I don't know, it's a mindset thing. When your guy's getting up slow by himself, like, go to your guy, get your guy up. 2nd and 7, strong formation left, Hill on the right side. Flowers motioning that strong side as well. Lamar, deep drop all day again. He's going to loft this ball right, and Hill out of the backfield wide open on the back right side, and Hill is dancing in the end zone. Watch this here. Watch this route. Justice Hill in the backfield. He's going to wheel out, little in out, just freeze his guy, and then he just runs by number 42 of the Buffalo Bills. What a play. And with the PAT, Baltimore now up 21-3, and we're still in the second quarter, ladies and gentlemen, as the blackout in Baltimore is real tonight. Number 42 struggling there. Chimera says, so GG Ravens? You're funny, my guy. And remember, if you join the member, you can get exclusive channel emotes like the ones I put up on there. We've got Captain Levi, Tanjiro, the Sweating Raven, and of course the purple mean face. Chimera says, I don't want to talk about it. Azo says, this is the same Bills team we all... Man, this is... I don't know what's going on with the Bills right now. They've been so in sync. Josh Allen's been playing the best football of his career, throw no interceptions on the season, leading the NFL. They came into this game, Buffalo, 6th ranked offense according to PFF, 9th ranked passing offense, 4th ranked pass blocking, 5th ranked receiving core, 1st ranked running, and 28th ranked run blocking. Defense, not too bad either. 8th ranked defense, 11th in coverage, 4th in pass rush, 14th in tackling, 26th in run defense. We're seeing the run defense apparently, but the real problem I feel like for the Bills is, again, the injuries here. The injuries. Matt Milano, Pro Bowl linebacker. I know he's had injury struggles, but when he's healthy, he's Pro Bowl level. Gone. Terrell Bernard, who I believe Chimera also agreed was one of the breakout guys for them. They lost him, week 1 or 2, had a bad injury. We were live for that game, and we had prayers for him then. He's still out. Gone. Again, they've got 3 tackles on IR. Technically, 5, if I'm not mistaken, the Bills have 5 offensive linemen on IR. 4 of them are tackles, basically. Like, they've got a ridiculous amount of injuries there on their backup offensive line. And then as well as this game, Teron Johnson, their starting nickelback, out. Mike Edwards, I think is a starting safety or key part of the rotation, out. And then as well as another one of their linebackers, Ulofoshio, out. Like, rough for the Buffalo Bills, especially on the defensive side of the ball, in my opinion. And there's Quincy Wilson and Masai Russell. They've been hanging out in Baltimore at the practice all week, and they're hanging out for the Olympics, and that's so dope, man. I'm excited for them. They had a good run at the Olympics, to be honest. And Tucker getting ready to kick this ball away. You know, a football game is never over, Chimera. Dallas put up, how many points in the fourth quarter last week? So it ain't over. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I might have to go make another drink here soon. Ravens, Ravens. And there's Zach Orr calling a pretty good game so far, I'd say, and the defense just responding well. I see Tavius Robinson in there on one edge, Kyle Van Noy on the other side of the edge, Brent Urban and Broderick Washington on the starting D tackles. And, almost intercepted. Nate Wiggins almost had his first NFL interception. Look at that grill he is wearing. The chain, too, with all the different color gems. And Josh Allen going right. And we talked about it when Nate Wiggins was, what up, Pusha? Ball a little behind Hollins there. And Nate, gosh, Nate's so good. Almost had his first NFL interception. Oweh and Urban on the edge this time. Van Noy lining up as the Joker. 5-man rush, quick pass left, and pushed out of bounds. That's Humphrey and Shakir. Third, and I'm guessing probably about 7 yards or so. 7:20 left here in the second quarter. Oh, I know. That was so close to being a pick. So close. Like, 3rd and 8 officially. Matabike, Travis Jones, Kyle Van Noy, and Oweh look like they're in here to rush for the Ravens. Wiggins seeing a lot of snaps tonight with Jalen Armour Davis headed to IR and Arthur Mullet still on R. Ravens look like they're bringing pressure. They do. It gets there. And Kyle Van Noy is going to get credit for the sack. Travis Jones was the first guy there. And Kyle Van Noy, I believe that's 5 sacks in 3 games right now. He's averaging 2 sacks a game in the past 2 games. And there's one of hopefully 2 tonight. And let's watch. This is a good design blitz. A lot of guys backing out here. And oh my God, I think Josh Allen had a wide open guy on the left side of the screen there, if I'm not mistaken, Chimera. I think the X on the left side of the screen was wide open, but he didn't throw it. Pusha says Henry's starting to get chemistry with that O-line. I know, right? It's beautiful. Martin out there to punt for Buffalo. Big punt here. Should get a return from Hardy. And heading left and runs over his own guy, just like literally slams him in the back, and that's Kanusi Kane he ran into. And I want to see Hardy getting more speed, get downhill quicker a little bit, honestly. I have not been a fan of Hardy's return so far this season. But, you know, I'm not an NFL player, let alone NFL kick return in the NFL. So my opinion is take it as that. You know what I'm saying? I really would like to see Tylan Wallace return a few kicks, to be honest with you. That would be the next thing I would like to work on for the Ravens. I think we can get more. I've seen way too many kicks for the Ravens special teams go so deep, get good return coverage, and then Hardy just dances a little too long for my liking. He's not decisive when he catches the ball. And then even when he starts heading away, he starts dancing a little too much. I want to see an aggressive downhill attack. You know, be confident that you're going to shake a man that's coming to hit you big. You know what I'm saying? And then go. Chimera says, I simply cannot right now. I feel you, my boy. Like, why do you hate me when I show you nothing but love? But I feel you, my boy. Well, that escalated quickly. And again, guys, like Joe Swanson says, make sure to smash that like button. Chimera somewhere in his dorm just, I simply cannot deal with this anymore. I love all my little gifts. The Ravens came out here after Ray Lewis gave that speech. And RIP, I forgot his name, but the guy that played Captain Holt and Brooklyn Nine-Nine passed away. So RIP, Captain Holt. I'm going to crush you like a can of Diet Seltzer water. People do that? And again, if you come to hang out with us today, you've chosen wisely, my friends. This has been wild though. Like I said, I think the Ravens came out here with that after that Ray Lewis speech and are pumped. Oh, I need to go refill my beverage before halftime, but man, I can't even like I don't want to miss possibly a big run by Derrick Henry here. 5:59 here as Baltimore is getting ready after the punt. Ball on the 29-yard line of the Ravens. Little play action screen to Aguilar on the left side after a fake jet sweep, and the Ravens are going to lose yards, but we've got a penalty on the play, and Buffalo looks like they're excited for it, so I'm guessing this is against the Ravens. Let's see what this is. And I think that's an illegal man downfield on the Ravens. Yep, ineligible man downfield by the Ravens. And what that was, it was an elongated play, a little fake jet sweep, play action kind of fake handoff, screen left to Aguilar, and Falele got a little too far downfield, I guess. And like they're saying, 6'8", 380, started every game at right guard this season. I still swear that Coach D's last words as he died on his deathbed were, "I believe in Falele," and that's why we're so dedicated there. And Lamar going to keep it and run. Linderbaum, good blocking, and looks like Lamar has got the first down. Might be just short. I think they're marking him inches short of it. 5:20 and ticking. And let's watch here. Motions Hill out of the backfield, just sees that there's nobody in the middle. And that's probably where Munkins told him, hey, man, you drop back and you see everyone drop out of the middle, take off. Take off. I mean, it looked like it might have been designed quarterback run, but Henry got the first down for the Ravens. Little run off the right side as Ricard and Stanley helping the big man up. And Sean McDermott, very animated, talking, I think, to one of his defensive coaching assistants on the sideline. And this is what I like to see. And like they're talking about, Henry is 240, almost 250. Ricard is 300. You should be able to take advantage of formations and get some push somewhere. Ricard motioning into the backfield. Lamar under center for this. And Lamar making an adjustment here. Let's see what it is. Handoff going right. Henry cuts back up the middle. And maybe a gain of 3 or 4 on the play. I feel like some coach taught Derrick Henry at some point in his career, when they tackle you, make sure you lay forward. Because you're 6'3", man, and they just have a harder time spotting the ball, basically. Coach any running back that is 6 foot or taller, make sure you always lay forward. You know what I'm saying? Lay there for a second. Make sure they might give you that benefit of the yard because you're just so tall and lanky. 2nd and 8, likely lined up on the left side of the formation here. Zay motioning that way. Everyone basically that way on the formation. Ricard lining up as an extra offensive lineman. And Lamar going deep left. Got it, man. That's Bateman, as the Ravens have now taken advantage of that left corner zone 3 different times, maybe even 4, you could say. We saw the big one. I mean, honestly, Aguilar had a catch over there. Likely had a catch over there. Bates had a catch over there. Andrews dropped a catch over there. They just continue to attack that corner right there, that little part in the zone. And I mean, that's like a little curl. That's not even a corner route. That's just sitting down in what looks like either a cover 2 or cover 3 behind the soft coverage, but of course in front of the deep coverage. And we've got a flag after the run right by Henry. And Kenny says, why do the Ravens have Flowers? Do they know he's there? It's because there is a very concerted effort to make sure the run game gets going. The Ravens have to make sure they get this right. They've got to get Derrick Henry going for these later games in the season. Zay is definitely getting used, I feel like, differently. But here's one of the things. If you actually look at the receiver scores, Baltimore's receivers rank 13th in the NFL, according to PFF. A lot of people don't realize, even through week 3, Rashad Bateman has actually continued to have one of the highest separation scores in the NFL. He's open. We just aren't able to get to the ball to him sometimes. And with Bateman running good routes, Aguilar being a solid veteran, and likely in Andrews, and then Henry, there's a lot of mouths to feed on this offense. 1st and 20 after a holding penny. Lamar going to keep it running left, and oh, ball's out. Lamar goes airborne trying to jump over a man, gets spun in the air, a ball comes out, and I think the Bills have it. And if they do, this is on Baltimore's 40, and they do. And that's a turnover for Baltimore. Buffalo going to get this on Baltimore's side of the field. So short field to go, 40 yards to get their first touchdown. And here Lamar trying to jump over, man. The guy clips Lamar's leg. Ball comes out, and number 54 of the Bills able to get on that ball quickly. I believe that's Spector, the former linebacker out of Clemson, their 7th-round pick, who was forced into starting action last week after another injury. And that's rough, man. That ball's clearly out. And we've got our first turnover of the game. And Buffalo finally has a sign of life. Officially at the 41-yard line. Trips left formation for Josh Allen. Little draw play to Cook. And that's a pretty good gain. 4 or 5 yards maybe. And 2:15 here on the clock. And at the 2-minute warning, guys, I'm going to go refresh my beverage. I'm going to go ahead and get that message up. Grabbing a beverage, if you know what I mean. If you're drinking adult beverage like me, I'm sipping on some Crown and Coke tonight. We've got the American Heroes Cup. Thank you for what you do. This one specifically donating to the Global War on Terrorism Memorial Foundation. And with that, that's the 2-minute warning, guys. I'm going to go grab a drink. We'll be right back. Kenny's just mad because he's not getting fantasy points is all. That's why Kenny's mad. Oh my God, I'm so hungry. Oh, man. I'm not gonna lie, I am pretty excited. I got leftover. So, again, I go to Missions Barbecue with a girlfriend a lot. Get the 2-meat plate. So I get pulled pork and fries with also lean brisket meat. And then I get cornbread. And what we do is we split the meal into like 2 meals. So we'll have like the pulled pork with like half of the fries. We'll get an extra order of fries, split it. So we have like half the meal with pulled pork and fries, and then I save the lean brisket and I reheat it in the oven because I swear it's better once it's reheated. And so I've got lean brisket and fries, and they fresh cut make the fries every time. Like, And Josh Allen going to have to run and slide with this. 3rd and short. Officially 3rd and 2 with 140. And Buffalo really needs to convert here. They cannot afford to go 3 and out and just take a field goal here. They need to come away with 7. Down 18 points. Josh Allen 9 of 12, so not having a bad night, but just unfortunate what's gone on for them. Allen looking left, looking over the middle, goes there, and oh, what a play by Marlon Humphrey. Pass intended for, I believe that's Hollins. And Humphrey makes a huge play on 3rd and 2. Let's watch here. Stack formation on the top side. Wiggins and Humphrey there. Humphrey's got the inside man, and Humphrey just, let's see here. Humphrey just dives, gets his left hand barely on the ball, and messes it up, and Hollins unable to get it. And Marlon putting on the seatbelt saying it's time to strap down. Humphrey's down now. Is he hurt? And I think Sean McDermott is saying technically Baltimore is going to have to be charged a timeout here. Or because Buffalo called a timeout after the play and Humphrey's hurt, I think Buffalo will be awarded their timeout back, technically. But, of course, Humphrey hurt after celebrating too much. It's not the first time I've seen that happen, though, to be 100% honest. No way I don't have a... Okay, there's my Marlowe. I was about to say, I definitely got a Marlowe gif. I've had a lot of reason for the Jones one this week. And there they're explaining, since he was hurt after the 2-minute warning. And I think Marlon just sat down, raised his hand. I don't know if he, maybe it's a cramp or something. But, of course, Marlon going to have to come off the field for 1 snap at least after going down for injury. 1-11, and again, Baltimore now going to be charged a timeout because of the injury. Still have 2, so they're in great position. Buffalo 6 of 6 on 4th downs this year. That's 1st in the NFL, and they're going for it here. Owe, Van Noy, Jones, and Buffalo. No way. John Harbaugh just tried to call a timeout, and since they were charged with timeout, this might result in a penalty, which, oh my God, John Harbaugh. John Harbaugh just tried to call a timeout after technically they were charged a timeout for the injury. And again, wasn't really the time. If you don't have the defensive formation set already at that point after the first timeout, come on. Are you serious, guys, with that? That was frustrating. And that's going to give Buffalo a fresh set of downs. And they are just across the 50-yard line. So on the 49 of the Ravens. My apologies, the ball was on the other side of the field. Like Azo said, here we go. God, I hope not, Azo. But this is usually how it does start for the Ravens in a sense. Allen all day going deep left, and that's got to be pass interference. I mean, technically, that's definitely an uncatchable ball. Could have been maybe illegal contact, but 106, 2nd and 10 here for Buffalo. I'm sneaking crackers in between. Like they were saying, good job by Brandon Stevens just to recognize the route and take it away. Ooh, Beak and Jones lined up. These Ravens showing pressure. They only bring 4. And Allen going deep left again. And oh my God. He hit Coleman in the hands and Coleman dropped it. Close coverage though, but Brandon Stevens showing the seatbelt now. And let's watch here. Keon Coleman matched up versus Brandon Stevens. And just good hand fighting there. And, Coleman's just got to finish that. Great throw by Allen, but just Coleman drops the over-the-shoulder catch there. Just probably a little too much hand fighting got to him going downfield. 3rd and 10. Buffalo needs to make some yardage happen here. Tripped right formation. Allen looks there. Getting pressured. He's having to roll out. He's going to have to throw this ball away. And he definitely does. And with 51 seconds, technically, the Bills are coming out here to punt the ball. So Baltimore going to have, with 2 timeouts, 50 seconds, and Coleman slamming the head in obvious frustration. Man, if Keon Coleman had made that catch after the penalty by John Harbaugh, that would have changed the momentum of this game probably for the rest of the game. Zach Martin out here. Let's see if Hardy can get a return. And is that Nate Wiggins playing special teams coverage? And, ball goes into the end zone. Hollins unable to make the play. Could have stopped it at the 1, but unable to get there. And Nate Wiggins was actually, by the way, guys, so Nate is not only out there playing defense starting, but he was out there as a gunner on special teams. I don't know what Baltimore's thinking on that one, to be honest with you. Chimera says, what the heck are these Tyrese plays? Excuse me. Do not revert our offense to the 2022 form. I mean, they were solid play calls. The second one was great execution other than Coleman. Like, you got to take those shots sometimes. Hope to get that flag. Can't be too mad about it, but definitely got to figure out. You got to, I don't know. Y'all were killing us early over the middle, but honestly, one thing the Bills need to do is the Ravens continue to fake pressure and then drop everybody out to help cover the middle because we struggled over the middle. The Bills should capitalize that and try to run more draw plays. Basically, taking advantage of that. But I will be honest, guys like Matabike and Travis Jones on the interior are making life hell. They are definitely some of the better defensive tackles in the league. I'm really excited to watch the tape on how the Ravens' offensive line does. I was watching some videos the other day, and they were talking about Mike Tomlin, or talking to Mike Tomlin. He was talking about, I used to love watching film and hearing from scouts, and they'd be like, this guy, just his hands, he's going to play with his hands high, this and that. Tomlin's like, I don't want to hear about any of that, honestly. He's like, because that's coachable. And he's like, I think it's funny when I hear coaches who don't rise to the challenge of coaching. There is nothing that we should not, as NFL coaches, there basically should be nothing that we can't coach to our guys. So when I hear a guy that, doesn't play at the appropriate pad level, just one of those things that's coachable, all I can think is, what else? And I really enjoyed listening to Mike Tomlin talk about that a little bit, honestly. 42 seconds, ball in the 20 as Baltimore is going to get a chance to score here. Toss play going left, that's Henry, and Stanley, of course, out there blocking well, but Buffalo gets there and maybe a gain of 1. And Baltimore not taking a timeout. Doesn't look like they're rushing here, so I think they're just going to take this lead into half. Oh, I saw Ben Cleveland walking into the locker room, that is. He's dressed and everything. I wonder what he has done to piss off Harbaugh and the coaching staff. Like, what did Ben Cleveland do, man? Oh, yeah, if you didn't see, by the way, apparently the Chiefs might have lost Rashee Rice for the season, which would be huge for them. He got taken out by his own guy. Was that Patrick Mahomes who tackled him too on a pick? And are the Vikings for real? Are they real contenders now? They continue to that defense, like Brian Flores is on a mission to show everybody why he deserved to be a head coach. And I guess he's taking all that Tua talk a little to heart. Fall Guy, the extended cut. Bad Blood, the stakeout. I don't know. I ain't gonna lie, man. I am so tired. I don't know what's just like the past week. I just felt off. I feel like I need to go get a workout and to be 100% honest with you. Last leg day on Friday was just so rough. I try back to my C4 pre-workout. I've got a new protein I'm trying out from Muscle Tech. Oh, Stick of Maine says incoming rhinos. Oh, we got a rhino raid coming in. Azo said, is he bench confirmed? If you're talking about Ben Cleveland, he's bench. Welcome in, Rise and Rhino. How you doing, my guy? Magic Man, the Green Bay Miami thing. What is up, guys? I hope y'all having a good night so far. Number 8, like. I know, smash. But, you gotta. The thing is, you gotta smash that like button. Oh, where is it? Like Joe Swanson says, smash that like button. Don't forget. But we've got a blowout here, guys. Baltimore is blowing out Buffalo 21-3 right now. Buffalo just not looking like that team that we've seen in the first 3 weeks of the NFL season. Yeah, like Chimera says, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It gets you loyalty points. You can come in and play some games with your loyalty points. But Giants fan, Vince for the land, seriously, Larry. I appreciate every single one of y'all. We getting those likes up. Y'all helping keep it all alive. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you're having an adult beverage like me while watching the game, we've got the American Heroes Cup. Cheers. This cup specifically raises money for the Global War on Terrorism Memorial Foundation. That is building a memorial in D.C. for those who lost their lives in the global war on terrorism. So, like I said, cheers, and we appreciate every single one of y'all for coming and hanging out with us so far tonight. And again, if you got fantasy football, I hope your fantasy football team is doing well. You know what I'm saying? And we've got the Toyota halftime report coming up here. Seriously, Larry says, my Vikings were up 28-0 in the first half and only won by 2. It ain't over. Exactly, Larry. Last week, Dallas, we were up 28-6 on Dallas, and they almost came back to win that game. Vince for the land says, I do beer yoga. That's my kind of yoga, Vince. What kind of beer is your favorite beer? Stark Baking Vanilla coming in with that Rhino raid. I know my fantasy football teams are, it depends on what league we're talking about. In the Sleeper Fantasy Football app, we're not doing well right now. And ESPN, we're doing good in one league. We're not doing so well in the other league. My all 25 under team. But we had some wild games today. Like, Willie Snyder says, Chubby Unicorn raid. Go. Oh, we got another raid going on. What up, Chubby Unicorn? Baltimore strong. I know my boy Kenny wants Zay Flowers to get some points for his fantasy football team. Oh, they're saying Bengals contenders looking like pretenders out there. Finally get a win after beating Carolina. I saw Carolina was up at one point. I really thought that was ref's job to keep it close and keep the Chiefs undefeated. I know, man. Oh, pretender looking like a contender, the Vikings. Ooh, they say the Vikings are pretenders. How y'all feel about that? I'm excited to see Jordan Love come back, honestly. And Jaden Daniels, they're showing right here. Honestly, the offensive line for the Commanders has been playing outstanding. We covered that game against Cincinnati last week, and just constantly, all I was saying right there, even on all these highlights, look at the pocket he has every time he's making these dart throws. And last week against Cincinnati, we watched 2 times he delivered beautiful deep balls on, just oh, we got another raid. We got all the only football raid coming in. Kyle Kitzman coming in. What up, my boy? How you doing tonight? Only football podcast raid. How are y'all doing tonight? But every time I talked about Jaden Daniels last week, constantly the theme was, my God, clean pocket. Jaden Daniels all the time. And then he delivered 2 more. And right there, they're talking about Rashee Rice, Chiefs wide receiver, will have an MRI on his injured knee tomorrow. That could be a huge play for hit for the Chiefs. And in fantasy football, make a addition, or I should say, adds value to Xavier Worthy going forward in that offense. Might see a little bit of more usage. I'm Rick, Billy Hartnett, Crafty Southpaw. Welcome in, guys. Seriously, Larry says, pretenders, Vikes beat the 49ers, Texans, and Packers pretty soundly. I feel you on that, Larry. I feel you on that. That's not my opinion. That's whoever these people are on the NBC broadcast. I think Ryan Clark was up there too. But I feel you. I'm with the Vikings. They have looked outstanding so far this season. Like I said, Brian Flores is on. He's on a mission right now. Not only because all the bad talk that came out about him with Tua's relationship, but just he was looked over and passed over for other head coaching jobs. I believe he ended up in Pittsburgh for a while before he ended up in Minnesota, and I feel like you're seeing a little bit of that Pittsburgh defense. Of course, Monday night, tomorrow night, guys, we'll also be covering Seahawks versus Lions tomorrow night, 8:15 on ABC. Make sure you come check out that game. You know what, though? With this, I got a second here. I would seriously like to apologize to some people. I gave bad fantasy football advice, apparently. Devin Singletary did not have any points. Who else? There was one other player I gave bad fantasy football advice on. Saints starting to look like pretenders, though. Falcons got the win in that game, 26-24. Bears and Caleb Williams getting their second win over the Rams. And again, poor Rams, man. I really wonder if Matthew Stafford might be traded. And again, I really think Matthew Stafford to Miami makes all the sense in the world, like a lot of people are saying. Seriously, Larry says, national media still won't put respect on the Vikings name. Flores is a man on a mission. I'm with you on that, man. Of course, Viking beating the Packers 31-29 today. That was a good game. And we got Fitz and the Tantrums doing a little halftime show. I can make your hands clap. Jaguars lost to the Texans today as they finally get things back on the track. And how about my boy, Joe Flacco, coming in after Anthony Richardson left the Colts game with a first quarter hip injury and leads the Colts to a 27-24 win over the Steelers. He's like, I know these Steelers. This is the same Steelers defense I used to play against every single year, twice a year in the AFC North. What's funny, I know in my ESPN Pick'em leagues, I know I picked the Colts over the Steelers. So I know I got a leg up on a lot of people who picked the Steelers to win that game. Commanders, though, absolutely blew out the Cardinals. The Cardinals have been having some serious struggles at coverage. I know at one point Jalen Thompson, the strong safety for the Arizona Cardinals, was allowing a 100% catch rate at one point. Absolutely awful. That's why I haven't put a lot of stock into anything Cardinals related. Seriously, Larry says, I thought the Rams would contend for the NFC West until the end. I know. Last time I checked on PFF, the Rams pass blocking was ranked at like 20, under 30 points. The next team in second place, like second worst, at least had a 50 something in pass blocking. After losing their center, left guard, left tackle, Nakua's on IR. Their free agent acquisition. They lost also their star free agent corner that they signed from Jacksonville. The name's escaping me right now. He went down early in the season as well, which really derailed their plan to overhaul that defense. Things are abysmal over there. And like if I had put money basically that if they had not won last week against the 49ers, that they were going to be trading Stafford. When they beat the 49ers, maybe they got a chance. But now that they lost again, and they lost pretty soundly. I'm sorry, it wasn't soundly. It was 18-24, but they lost to the Bears. Chimera, I got to go write my assignment. I cannot bear to watch this. Later, Chimera, man. Good luck with school. I really appreciate you coming and hanging out, man. It's a dual-edged sword. I want to root the best for you in this game, but I'm playing your Bills, so there's only so much I can do, right? Chiefs narrowly, like we saw, squeaked out that win against the Chargers, but the Chiefs probably losing Rashee Rice. And Raiders beating the Browns as the AFC North just continues to not be what we thought we were going to be this year. And for those that don't know, I had an entire series called Commissioner of the North. Little Sponge keeps pressing me to make sure I do it, and I really need to get on top of it and get that series started and coming out. I've got to write a whole nother script now. I had my episode 1 script wrote. I didn't get it done. Week 2, I felt bad about it. Week 3, we were dealing kind of with the hurricane, getting ready prep-wise. What's really crazy, for those that don't know, of course, we live down here in Florida. Helene didn't really come to us, went north of us, basically. We didn't get it too bad. But there is another hurricane that just formed that is taking the exact path of Helene. It's a hurricane with the I name. I forgot the name. Isaac, I believe, maybe. And it's headed possibly here for Florida, so we're keeping an eye on it. Kenny says this season is for the gambling apps. You are not wrong, Kenny. Sleeper got a new gambling app going on with Kirk, whatever his name is, from the Packers, and they're making them sure they get their money. Serious Larry says, who knew the NFC North would be better than the AFC North? You're not wrong, though. I mean, the NFC North, I did have a lot of hope for. The Lions were the Lions. Jordan Love and the Packers. Jordan Love was playing some of the best football at the end of last season of his entire career. The Bears with Caleb Williams that's probably the most hope they've had in like 15 years, even if not longer. And Minnesota, I mean, with McCarthy, even I was pretty excited for that team. So I had a lot of hope for the NFC North, actually. But I thought it was like more like just like that. It was hope, not like, okay, they're going to be good, Oh, give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to go give a kiss to the girlfriend and, partake real quick. And I'll be right back as we're getting ready to start here the third quarter. Oh, I just came back as Lamar's going deep on 3rd and 20, and oh, Zay almost had the catch. I don't know what happened. I guess we had a holding pin. I'm guessing that backed us up. My apologies. I missed some games, though, or some plays. Kenny says, Zay, come out to play. And let's see here. And yeah, I don't blame Zay. That was a tight throw. I can't believe that was a great throw by Lamar. And Zay trying to make a toe tap catch. And with that, Ravens are going to punt to start the second half. That's not what we want. And going to get a return here by Buffalo. And good tackles here. Going to be down at what looks like the 39, maybe 40-yard line of Buffalo. Oh. And here comes Josh Allen. They're definitely looking to make some adjustments here. Let's watch here. And look at them just constantly throwing that little screen outlet pass, to the left side there. 13:53 here, 1st and 10 as Josh Allen's getting started here in the second half of this game. And again, welcome in, everyone. Thanks for hanging out here. Sunday Night Football here in M&T. Handoff going right, bounces outside, and Cook nowhere to go. He's going to be tackled by Jackson and Smith on the play. Eddie Jackson, of course, the safety brought in from Chicago. And the first man there, let's watch this play. So run going right. First man there is going to be Kyle Hamilton, actually, who forces Dalvin Cook to cut back. And then Eddie Jackson there to make the follow-up play. Good plays. Second and 11. Good pocket for Allen. He goes left and late pass, and Marlin absolutely levels number 1 of the Buffalo Bills. Like Kenny says, defense. Defense. Let's go, boys. Third and 5. They're 1 of 2 when third down conversions of 4 to 6 yards tonight. 0 of 3 from shorter and longer, though. 5 seconds left on the play clock as Allen moves to a split backfield here. Baltimore only rushes 4. Allen having to roll out after a minute. Beak chasing, and Allen going to lob. Oh, he's got a wide open man. That's Khalil Shakir and Brandon Stevens with a touchdown saving tackle, but at the 2-yard line. And some of the players might have thought Josh Allen was going to throw this ball away, and he launches this ball. Let's see. He's on the Baltimore 35, and probably at the 34 launches this ball to about the 14-yard line of the Ravens. So as he's getting pushed out of bounds, launches this ball about 50, 60 yards downfield to Khalil Shakir, who's absolutely going to have a good night for Buffalo. And Johnson breaks this out left, and he's going to walk in. Ty Johnson going to score the first points for Buffalo tonight. As we've got a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Barring the PAT, 10-21. 4-play, 60-yard drive. And Allen with the handoff. And Ty Johnson just breaks this out, shows off his speed a little bit, and beats everyone to the outside. Great play by the young man. PAT, of course, from the left hash mark. I'm sorry. Yeah, left. And Bass good. 11:26 is Baltimore is going to come out and try to answer their second drive. And Khalil Shakir cannot believe that he was open like that. Azo said, oh, thank you for the subscription, by the way. Seriously, Larry. Streamlabs making sure to tell me there. Azo said, God, the Ravens getting there, ready for that second half nap. Oh, don't tell me that, Azo. Like I said, no team has blown more fourth quarter leads in the past 5 years than our Baltimore Ravens. And I'll continue to say it until they prove me wrong. It's as simple as that. Which all I need to be proven wrong is one Super Bowl. That's all I'm asking for. I don't think I'm asking for a lot there. A Super Bowl run with no fourth quarter losses against or blown leads against good teams. That's what I want. If I get it one time, I'll never talk about it again. Even if it's 1 year out of 6 years, I'll never talk about it again. You got to give them a way out, right? Kenny says, Serious Larry says, so what's been wrong with the Ravens early this season? So what's been wrong, Larry? Ravens replacing 3 out of their 5 starting offensive line from last season. Morgan Moses left in free agency to go to the Jets. Was traded to the Jets. John Simpson, the left guard, left in free agency to go to the Jets. And then Kevin Zeitler, who the Ravens, I think, wanted to keep, our right guard, left to go to the Detroit Lions to replace one of their free agents, who he's been playing well. So the young offensive line that they had planned really were struggling, especially in run blocking. And we actually, because they saw extensive play and usage in the preseason, Raven fans kind of knew it was coming a little bit. The defense, again, Zach Worth's first year, we have struggled with a little bit of adjustment and protecting over the middle. That's mostly been the big part. And then the penalties. The penalties, and we've had pretty bad clock management, penalties, which, again, that's all things on Harbaugh, which we even saw earlier. John Harbaugh technically taking the timeout after we were charged a timeout, which resulted in a penalty that gave Buffalo a fresh set of downs. So that's really my problems that we're going on with Baltimore in the first half or part of the season. Kenny says, I'm no expert, but you have to be able to throw it to your wide receiver 1. Well, that's the question, Kenny. Who's truly the wide receiver 1 in Baltimore? Rashad Bateman's a great wide receiver. Zay Flowers has wide receiver 1 potential. Isaiah Likely has kind of target number 1 potential. But, of course, you also have to feed Derrick Henry. And then, of course, we haven't even mentioned Mark Andrews in that conversation. And then, Devontae Walker has been a healthy scratch for every game. That's been so sad for me. Azo said, we've been trying to figure that out. That's all. Not much. Kenny says, if Denver can beat the Jets, you can beat Buffalo. Hey, don't shit on Denver, man. That's Kyle's team. I've been a Bo Nix fan, honestly. I know it's been hard to watch there in Denver, but I still see the light in the tunnel in Denver. Handoff going left to Henry. Good run block in that time, and it looks like maybe a gain of 5 on the play. Serious Larry says, O-line chemistry takes time, could improve as the season progresses. And it should. And so also the thing we're watching Larry in this game as a Ravens flock, a Raven person, is the starting left guard, Andrew Voorhees, out. So they took Patrick McCary, who was starting at right tackle, who's played a lot of guard, moved him to left guard, where he's played previously in the past seasons and played well. And I believe the Ravens are starting Roger Rosengarten, the rookie right tackle out of Washington from this past draft, to the second-round pick, at right tackle today. And the Ravens O-line is actually looking pretty good right now. There's a player called Ben Cleveland who's been in what we call Harbaugh's doghouse, who even the Raven fans after week 2 were screaming, what the hell, Harbaugh? Why can't you start him? So Larry says, Bo Nix had negative 7 yards in the first half, LOL. Hey, I saw Cortland Sutton finish with like 12 points in fantasy, so not all bad things, right? Kenny says, should be Zay be listed on the roster? Hey, we're up 11 points. We can run it all day if we want. Oh, and Henry, as I say that, gets tackled for a loss of 3 on the play. That's going to bring up 3rd and 13 with 10:15 on the clock. And you don't want to let this Buffalo team pin their ears back. Vaughn Miller, Gregory Rousseau, Ed Oliver, they've got a bunch of very talented pass rushers on this team. And looks like Ricard might have missed a cut block on that play, allowed the backside guy to get there. 3rd and 11. 4 wide look here for the Ravens, likely in the slot right. Aguilar the man in motion. Hill the lone back. Trips right after the motion. Bills bring 4. Lamar climbs the pocket. He's going to run. And number 54, Spector, going to make a huge tackle on Lamar. Going to be considered a sack. And with that, it's going to be 4th and long. Punt team coming out for Baltimore. And let's watch Cole Spector. He's the only guy lined up over the A-gap. He's just going to spy here and just watch Lamar. And when Lamar steps up, there's no one up there to block for him. Falele's blocking Vaughn Miller, so easy. No pressure up the middle on that play at all. Kenny says, throw the damn ball. More bad news incoming. Oh, look at Nate Wiggins out there, a gunner. Oh, muffed punt. Oh, don't tell me what I think is about to happen, Kenny. As I watch Nate Wiggins out there as a gunner flip over somebody. Why is Nate Wiggins out there as a gunner? He's getting way too many snaps at defensive back. We've got to have somebody else that can be out there and be the gunner. Like, not a fan. Not a fan. Not a fan. I mean, I guess it's okay because it's not like the opposite where he's on return coverage. If he's on the return team too, so then, or I'm sorry, yeah. No. Yeah, he's gunning and then has to go and play defense. You're literally making him do a 50 to 60 yard sprint before making him go out there and have to play a defensive drive. I am not a fan of that usage of him. Let's just say that. Seriously, Lamb says Ravens letting moment. And that's what I'm saying, Larry. No team has let more fourth quarter leads slip over the past 5 years than the Ravens. We literally almost let the Cowboys come back from a 28-6 deficit in the second half of that football game. Kenny says, I was saying that today as we were running Jordan Mason at the end of the fourth quarter for no reason. Yeah, fourth quarter, you're up. Man, at that point, as long as your backup doesn't have fumble issues, protect him, man. And man, I feel bad. Like, that offense is going to be so probably dramatically different with McCaffrey back. I actually haven't had a chance to watch Jordan Mason yet. I know I've got some 49er games coming up, though. Hold on. Let me check the official calendar here, guys. We got the official calendar here. So, of course, Baltimore versus Buffalo today. Seattle versus Detroit tomorrow. ESPN Corey Davis lockdown pick'ems on Wednesday. Fantasy football talk on Thursday. Jackbox gaming on Fridays. Next week, we're doing Baltimore versus Cincinnati and Dallas versus Pittsburgh. And then the following, Baltimore versus Washington and Carolina versus Atlanta. But I know I have a couple 49er games that are in the prime time slots coming up to call here soon. But at that point, heck, McCaffrey might be back already. So, and look at that. Baltimore, Buffalo, and Kansas City, best winning records past 6 years. But us and Buffalo can't get past the red hump, a.k.a. Kansas City in the playoffs. Kenny says rotate more by expanding the roster. 1st and 10, Buffalo at the 19-yard line here. Allen making an adjustment at the line. Little play action here. Hamilton blitzing, good pickup by Cook. And Allen just going to dump this one away this time. No deep pass. Larry says, I keep seeing the score of Cowboys game like it's over. Wait, what? Wait, I'm so confused now myself. Yeah, let me see. Seattle plays Detroit tomorrow. We're excited about that. I've got quite a few fantasy football players on the not the Cowboys, the Lions. 2nd and 10 here. Allen again making an adjustment here. Looks like he's IDing someone. He's going down the left sideline, and oh, what a back shoulder catch by Coleman. Keon Coleman, tight coverage, but beautiful throw by Allen on a back shoulder here. And Brent Urban pressing down on him. Brandon Stevens in coverage, but like I said, just great catch here by Coleman. And I think both feet are in here. 1-2, he's definitely in. Beautiful. There's nothing. That's one of those ones. If Josh Allen and Keon Coleman can perfect that right there, there is nothing you can do about that as a defensive back. And you do that in the red zone, oh, you'll get so many touchdowns. Handoff going off the left guard, and Cook with a gain of maybe 4, I'd say, on the play. 2nd and manageable. 8:09 here in the third quarter. Kenny hitting that 999 gamble. Seriously, Larry says Ravens-Cowboys game that was. Oh, I know, right? Like, it was supposed to be over. And then Baltimore was just allowing catch after catch after catch. And then a couple penalties went Dallas's way. They got the onside kickoff return. And Cook, good run there. Looks like he's going to get the first down as he crosses the 50-yard line. So fresh set of downs as Buffalo on the other side of the 50. This is common territory for an offensive coordinator to take a big shot. You're across the 50-yard line. You've got a fresh set of downs. This is where you take a big shot. Run play action, deep pass. Look for maybe a guy like Hollins or Coleman. Let's see if they go there. They've got a power package, only one wide receiver out, so probably a run, but maybe we're going max protect here. And handoff going left, and solid run. Looks like, again, a gain of 4, maybe 5. And again, for Baltimore, no Michael Pierce in this game. Also, they lost Jalen Armour Davis to IR earlier this season. Arthur Mollett, their other nickelback, not back from IR. And of course, without their starting left guard, Andrew Voorhees, where the right tackle is rotated over to that position. And again, Roger Rosengarten, the rookie right tackle, getting a lot of his first looks. And oh my God, we got like some flea flicker. Oh, strip sack on Allen. He's hit. Hamilton's got the ball. And oh my God, what a sequence of plays as we had like jet sweep, flea flicker, and Allen is down after taking a huge hit. And so is, I think, one of the tight ends. That's Dalton Kincaid, as multiple Buffalo players are down on the play. 6:20, and we've got a flag. Let's watch here. And Allen gets strip sacked by Kyle Van Noy as he tries to throw the ball. Travis Jones delivers a hit, and Allen really goes down hard on that. That's where, number one, man, you don't even throw that ball to your quarterback. And they're going to say unnecessary roughness on Marlon Humphrey after the return. So they're going to back it up. And Allen, oh my God, dude, I feel bad for him. Here's the penalty, I'm guessing, after the play. And yeah, Marlon, it looked like Kincaid was coming for him. And Marlon, I mean, probably a little bit of flop by Kincaid there, but. And Kyle Van Noy, if he's credited for a sack, that'll be his second strip sack. Or second sack of the game, meaning he's had 6 sacks in 3 games. 2 sacks a game, basically. And poor Allen, bro. That is a big defensive tackle. Travis Jones making that hit right there. 1st and 10 for Baltimore. Ball on the 41-yard line. And run off the right side, Henry gained maybe 4 or 5 yards again. And my gosh, this is just... And look at that. Derrick Henry's top speed on that 87-yard touchdown run, by the way, 21.29 yards. I actually have a reference for you on that. So, by the way, on my next gen stats here on my notes for the game, I always take notes and stuff like that for the game. Nelson Aguilar on his 56-yard catch last week was tied for the 5th highest speed last week in week 3 at 20.7 yards. Oh, Derrick Henry, another big run across the 50, and he's tackled down past the 30-yard line of Buffalo as Henry's having a huge game. But 20.7 yards. So Derrick Henry faster than the wide receiver Nelson Aguilar. The fastest speed, by the way, in week 3 was 21.66 by Saquon Barkley. Just to keep it like in retrospect. So Derrick Henry at 6'3", 245 is basically running as fast as Saquon Barkley out there. Kenny says, do the Bills not realize that they're just going to run it? I mean, there's always that threat of the play action, man. And little screen, fake screen here. Justice Hill hard running up the middle. And that's a gain of what I believe is 6 on the play. Should be a 2nd and 4. Seriously, Larry says, defensive players love to become blockers on turnovers. They overdo it. Oh, for real on that. And it looks like we've got some rainfall starting here in Baltimore. And that's absolutely going to benefit Baltimore being up in this game and Buffalo, of course, being down and having to pass. Once it starts raining, you know how it goes. It's a running style game, and that's exactly what Baltimore wants to do. 4:20 here left in the third quarter. Zay, the man in motion here. Little bit of that orbit whip motion. Handoff going left, Justice Hill, and nowhere on that play. That's number 94. Smoot of the Bills makes a good play in the backfield. 4 minutes left here in the third quarter. Kenny says, Flowers is a joke to the Ravens, I think. What's this running around nonsense? Hey, man, it's the thing is this. I always like to see emotion on a play. It makes it easier for the quarterback to discern between zone and man coverages, especially things like we call what are called orbit motions, where they come like left and then go back right. I refer to that as an orbit motion because it's going full circle. Pass going to Justice Hill. Makes the first man miss. Spin move for the second. Still going, and he's down at the 9-yard line. Justice Hill showing why the Ravens signed him to an extension this offseason. Always been a big fan of that young man. David said, it's not rigged, Kenny. Source, Patrick Mahomes. Ah, that's good, David. That's good. That's good, my guy. And Justice Hill, look at that. Catches the ball, juke left, spin right, and then just what a play. 1st and goal, 2:50 on the clock. Little T formation here for the Ravens. And Lamar going to keep it. Likely the lead blocker makes a big block. And Isaiah Likely delivers a huge block that pushes his man back into the end zone. And Lamar is then going to just walk in behind him. 6-play, 59-yard touchdown drive for the Baltimore Ravens. And barring the PAT, we've got a 28-10 game. And let's watch the blocking here. Andrews and Likely. Andrews seals the first guy. Likely just delivers a big block there on the second guy. And what a play by the Baltimore Ravens. 2:45 up, 28-10 barring this PAT. My God. Like Kenny said, the Bills need to wake up. This is... Kenny, if you don't know, man, before the game, they had a little pre-speech by Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis pre-game speech. Come on, man. Is there really? Come on. I felt like Twitter would have this. There we go. I found it on Instagram, I think. Let's go. Hold on. Can I full screen that? Hold on. We're going to get this up. Get the volume on. Cut that volume on. I'm going to add a window capture. Okay. Yes. I can't go full screen, so we'll zoom in on this bitch. Here we go.
Okay, it's less than 3 minutes before kickoff. I know what that feels like. I may not be on that field, but I still got something to say to my guys. In this league, it doesn't matter how you start.
I'm just going to say this again. I love me some Ray Lewis. Straight chills.
Very close. Because this ain't about one game.
This ain't
It's
about one
rings.
game. It's about
So
rings.
those first 2 weeks for my boys, I wasn't sweating.
The first 2 weeks, my boys, I wasn't sweating.
I was just waiting for that beast to come out and put them doubters to rest.
Ravens, the train is rolling.
But the march continues tonight with the kind of rival you love to make a statement against.
Touchdown! Buffalo looks unstoppable.
Like I'm just saying, they played this speech before the game. How can you not like?
And you know how to make that statement. Not just by outplaying the other side, but outworking, out-hitting, outsmarting, out-fighting them. They want to talk about whose quarterback's better.
Touchdown!
That's what I'm saying. Like, bruh, how could Baltimore not cut out?
Allen.
You show them who's better.
Lamar
You show them
Jackson's
who's better.
masterful.
They want to talk.
I'm gonna memorize this speech for y'all. I swear. Like, delete that. Boom. Get it off the screen. I love how it moved my camera. Unlock. There we go. Yeah, gotta love how I like moved on my camera and all that. And Josh Allen still throwing here, so Ray Lewis, I think I've heard of him. And here we go. Josh Allen still out there. Throw left and little high for his man. Intended for number 13. CJ says, miss myself some Ray Lewis. Dude, I'm not going to lie. Like, when I used to play semi-pro football and I would be working out, I had his motivational speech from when he went to the Boys and Girls Club in Baltimore, right after he gave the speech to the national lacrosse team for Maryland. Oh, I used to have that on my MP3, and I would play that while I was lifting. I would also play that old intro, How Do You Want to Be Remembered, from the old Madden game. Well, like, I know that's weird, but whatever. I don't care. Allen, good pocket, over the middle, got a man. And Dalton Kincaid, and he's down at the 45-yard line of Baltimore. They're across midfield with 2:25 left here in the third quarter. Steve-O says, I have to face Montgomery and Hill, but I'm up 75. Oh, my God, bro. Yeah, I think you're going to be okay, Steve-O. And, of course, Buffalo's picking up the pace of the offense they've got to at this point. Screenplay going left to Kincaid, and, oh, big hit there is. I think Roquan's getting up a little slow after that hit. After he, like they're saying, he had a rookie year last year. Kenny says, you're safe, bro. You're safe. Don't nobody ask what's in my cup. 2nd and 6. Empty backfield for Buffalo. Josh Allen making adjustments. 4-man rush coming for Baltimore. And Allen going for that back shoulder to Coleman. And Coleman caught it again. Bro, that is, like I said, if they can perfect that, that is Tom Brady unstoppable level back shoulder fade. And that's on Brandon Stevens. There is no way. Like, if you mess up that throw, it's an easy interception. And he just throws it dart. And Allen, big hop on that. He's going deep down the right sideline, and he's just throwing it away. Steve says it's PPR and PPC. Point per carry. Oh, I mean, you would need some crazy nights, but case in point, I'm playing captain in one of our leagues on one of my teams, and of course, Captain McNiner has Derrick Henry, who's having himself a night right now. 2nd and 10. 1:08 here in the third. Ball on the 20-yard line is the Ravens, so Buffalo just here on the edge of the red zone. Allen making an adjustment here. 4-man pressure. Allen looking left, goes over the middle, got a man. And that's Coleman as he continues to stack up yards here in the second half. Kenny says PPC is weird. PPC is weird because they were like, no, we need to give them running backs even more value. They just want high-scoring games is all it is, and I'm cool with it. It's like where you have to play the super flex where you can play a quarterback in the second flex. 3rd and 4 here. Allen getting pressured. Gets away from Humphrey. Getting chased down. And Odafe Owe pressures him. And I don't know if it's a sack or a throwaway. I think he's going to get the sack. And Ravens get another one on the column for tonight. Steve will say, yeah, that's why I picked up Fields. Jaden Daniels would be the even better pick there. And look how fast Owe is on that chase down, man. And that's the end of the third, gentlemen. I'm sorry, my apologies. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't even know if we have any ladies watching, but just in case. Look at that Kevin Hart movie coming up. Everyone's talking about is Kevin and Hart involved in the Diddy scandal. You know, and here's my thing. I was talking to my girlfriend about this with the whole Diddy thing, just like the whole Drake thing. A lot of people are saying, hey, if Diddy and like Usher and all these people didn't do anything to Justin Bieber, like, why didn't Justin Bieber just come out and say something and just put it all to rest? And I said the same thing about Millie Bobby Brown and Drake. I'm like, yo, why Millie Bobby Brown ain't come out and say something real quick? Like, and just be like, nah, nothing happened, man. Like, everything was cool over there. Like, they good people. You know what I'm saying? It speaks volumes. Silence sometimes speaks louder than words. That's what I like to say. Steve-O says, some guy has 3 QBs. Didn't Allen get hurt last year? I'm not sure. Allen's actually dealing right now with a non-throwing hand injury to the point that he's not doing any handoffs with his left hand. Kenny says, because no one would. Yeah, it's there was a comedian I was watching, and he was like, you know, talking about how the bond system was broken in the U.S., yada, yada, yada. And he's like talking about, you know, the U.S. loves taking money. They love getting that money from bonds. And then he's like, do you know how bad a shit you had to do for the U.S. government to deny, because they denied his $50 million bond. You know, they said, no, $50 million is not even enough. So the comedian jokes, do you know how bad a shit you had to do for them to say, nah, we good on 50 mil. Easy 50 mil. And you still going to jail probably. Like, they said, nah, you ain't going to disappear on everyone, leave everyone with answers, and everyone's going to be like, he got Epsteined. And then everyone's going to be blaming us. So props to the whoever, was it a judge, I guess, denied the bail? I don't know if they placed him on suicide watch. Kenny says, my favorite rapper decided to stand up for himself and now no one knows him. Who's your favorite rapper, Kenny? Miss. Oh, we've got Tyler Bass. It's actually going to be a field goal here for Buffalo, so they're going to try to score some points. 48-yard attempt. Oh, wide left from 48, and that is 18-point lead here. That's rough. Yeah, I've never heard of cannabis. Can I Bust? Never heard of them. Can I Bust? Wow, that's weird. Steve-O says, y'all heard of Harry Mack? Ran across his stuff. Miss Mary, hack. No, sorry. One of my favorite rappers, Toby Nigwe, honestly. I really have enjoyed some of Toby Nigwe's work if you've never heard of him. He started blowing up more after President Obama and Michelle Obama released their like workout playlist, and it turns out Toby Nigwe was on their playlists. They started doing more collabs and stuff like that. Also, I really do like NF, Nate, as his name is. Really raps a lot about like self-care and stuff like that, mental health. And Lamar Keeper with the run on the left side, and good run that time as Aguilar and Andrews are out there to clear the way. David said, that's good field position for the Ravens. That's what I'm saying. Steve-O says he freestyles in public. Oh, that's pretty cool, actually. You know what? I'm not going to lie, man. I used to sit back with the boys back in the day, and we'd sit there, we'd light one up. I'd throw the hoodie up, throw my Oakleys on, and I'm not going to lie. I used to enjoy just sitting there, putting some freestyle beats on and, like, freestyling with the boys and having fun. Like, oh, good old days. You know what I'm saying? Toss play going right. Henry gets cut off, cuts back inside, and able to make a good gain out of what should have been a negative play. Gain of what looks like 3 or 4. Kenny says, I'm freestyling with Harry Sachs right now. You could take that probably a few different ways. Kenny says, I'm totally serious when I tell you that Zay's only a blocker today. The thing is this, you got to be able to, the thing with the Ravens offense is they should be able to change to take advantage of each team's weaknesses. And this just isn't the week for Zay to do that. His thing. Oh, Henry breaks a run off. He's down the left side. 10, 5, and he's tackled at the 1. Ball comes out, but I think it's the ground. And Henry looks like he's going to have another 200-yard kind of night at this point. Like, let's watch this. Run going left. Likely Ricard. Is that Andrews over there too, I think? Just single power left toss. Likely seals. Ricard hits his man. And Henry just inside, outside. Gone. Turns on the Jets there. And almost makes it in. Let's see if they reward him here. Handoff under center. And tackled for a loss of what looks like 4 or 5 on the play. 2nd and long. Oops. Kenny, is Harry Sachs your cat? Let's see here. Not choice. LL Cool J got him blackballed. The beef between him and Eminem kind of forced that on him, though. Lamar rolling out right, going in the back of the end zone, and Bateman had it, but number 31 does a good job of hitting the ball out. We've got a flag on the play. Kenny says, Streamlabia, eat me. I know, you and Streamlabs always be going at it. Seriously, Larry, King Henry making you forget Jamal Lewis. And they mentioned that a little bit, Larry, at the beginning of the game. King Henry is the first running back, or second running back, in Ravens history to run for a touchdown in his first 4 games as a Raven in history. So definitely a fun one. Let me see. Where is freaking... I know, Kenny. I thought Zay had a chance there too. Maybe they'll go here. 1st and goal, and we've got they're calling this play dead as we got a Buffalo Bill flying through the air. Yeah, Derrick Henry now. I don't think that's updated yet. It says 9 carries, 109 yards. That's not updated yet. How many yards does Derrick Henry have currently? I want to see. Derrick Henry, 16 carries for 181 yards currently. He is 19 yards away from 2 200-yard games, essentially. The thing is this, though. Last week, Dallas was the 31st ranked run defense in the NFL. This week, Buffalo was the 26th ranked run defense in the NFL. They're playing some of the worst run defenses in the league. But, you know, what? I'll take it. I'll fucking take it right now. That's all I got to say. Steve-O says, with Henry and Lamar, there is no wide receiver one. You got to throw the tight end in there. You got to throw like Likely and Andrews in there, and then you got a little bit of a statement, Steve-O. And Henry, spin move still going, and nowhere that time. Going to bring up 2nd and goal. Ball on the 3-yard line as Baltimore is looking to put this game away. And like they're saying, they're comparing Derrick Henry to Eric Dickerson right now. Second and goal. Kenny said that's why you don't run every play. Strong formation right here for the Ravens. Handoff up the middle. Henry. Oh, ball's out. But I think the Ravens have it. There's a scramble. They're still fighting. It's either a touchdown or a touchback. Jackson signaling touchdown. They're still signaling out. Ravens player signaling touchdown again. And they've got the ball coming out. Patrick Ricard's got the ball at the end of that. And we're signaling touchdown. Let's see here. Henry, that ball is clearly out. Douglas does a good job. Ball clearly goes in. Rosengarten looks like he's the first Raven who has it. But ball gets back out, and I don't even see Ricard in there at first. How did Ricard get that ball? Okay, there he is on the ground. He rolls over. And him, Likely, Rosengarten, and Nelson Aguilar all in there fighting for it. And barring this PAT, Ravens now lead 35-10 with 11:20 left in the fourth quarter. And Tucker, that one just inside the right upright. 11:23 left. Steve-O says, I dropped Likely for the New England tight end since Hill got hurt again. Yeah, honestly, Steve-O, you're talking about Hunter Henry. Not a bad pickup, honestly. He's been a favorited target over there. Our tight end is a quarterback's best friend. Larry says, is Andrews out? I've heard Likely's name called, but no, Andrews is just, he's not getting the looks. And in deep, dark corners of Baltimore, there are some people that are whispering that Andrews would be a really good trade target, potentially. I don't know how much I buy into that. I don't know how much better the Ravens could be without him, But Isaiah Likely definitely has shown they're different type of tight ends is what it is. Andrews is a 6'5", 6'7" type of tight end. I believe over 250 or right on it. While Likely is around 6'3", 240, about the same size as me, honestly, who excels after the catch and is just a little quicker out of his breaks. But no, Andrews is in there. Kenny says totally different players. Likely is way better. I'm requesting a trade if I'm Zay. Man, get out of here, Kenny. Kenny's just mad because Kenny needs those fantasy points from Zay. For those that don't know, don't let Kenny's Zay hate get to you. He's just venting on fantasy football. All I know is what I want from the Ravens is a 3-and-out, another touchdown, so I can call this game early and go hang out with the girlfriend eating brisket and fries from Mission's Barbecue with some cornbread. Oh my God, it just sounds so wonderful right now. Trying to think what other snack I'm going to make with it. I've got some like weird Aldi snacks to try. Oh, man, tomorrow night, Seattle versus Detroit. That's going to be a good one. I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of excited for Tuesday. Tuesday, I'm just going to sleep all day, to be honest with you. Monday, I've got to get my workout in before the game, so which means I got to get my whole day started a little earlier. But, yeah, Monday is upper body day, so we're trying to, I might push for a new personal record in my, and right there, they're showing the pictures from Florida up here after Hurricane Helene. What's terrifying, guys, is as you can see these pictures from Hurricane Helene right now, there is another hurricane following Hurricane Helene's track perfectly right now. Kenny says, beside neighbors, my wide receivers are terrible. Steve-O says, you can't call the game early again, then we don't win our bets. No, actually, last week, Steve-O, I did make sure to settle it because the game was actually over. So last week, you did get your points. I did make sure of that, Steve-O. Kenny says, Tank Dell out. Devonta Smith out. Zay MIA. That is rough, Kenny. Devonta Smith. Tank, I knew Tank was going to be a hard sell because Nico Collins got his bag. Stephon Diggs is there, and he always likes to see targets. You know, it's just one of those ones, like I'm saying, like... Neighbors could be worth a lot if he had a quarterback. I know, right? And even without a great quarterback, he's still got tremendous fantasy football. And, Allen puts the ball right to Hollins. He probably thought his wide receiver was curling outside. His wide receiver curls inside. I don't know what happened there. Kenny said, oh, my God, oh, my God, it looked just like when you drive into Buffalo. Hilarious. And Brandon being the general of Buffalo, man, he is upset up in that booth right now. Steve-O says, I'm going for a career best 700,000. Dude, you're almost there, Steve-O. 96. That's a big win right there. Allen going deep left into double coverage. And Dalton Kincaid almost made a great catch, but I think a Baltimore player's down. And looked like Brandon Stevens, but he's okay. He's walking fine. 35-10 here. Baltimore leading with 11-14 left here in the fourth quarter. Kenny says, stop Buffalo. I know, right? Let's go here. 3rd and 10. Big third down. Ravens are starting to get loud here at M&T Bank Stadium. And Baltimore got a lot of people up at the line of scrimmage. They bring pressure. And Allen under pressure. Eddie Jackson got him. And somehow able to get that ball away. Great coverage by Brandon Stevens and the Ravens defense. Incomplete. And 4th and 10 as the punters headed out for the Bills. Steve-O says, Allen looks like Big Ben. I don't know, man. Sirius Slayer says, no frantic comeback tonight. And Kenny says, Neighbors is currently our offensive rookie of the year. It really does look like that, Kenny. And I mean, Baltimore has a chance to put a 40 up and end this right now. And I'm hoping they do. Seriously says they'll give it to Caleb because QB. I know. I wonder if we're going to see Mitch Trubisky. And here's Hardy going to return and decent return. Nothing really to critique on that one here. He's up at what looks like the 34-yard line. Tylan Wallace, what a good teammate helping him up there. And with 35-10 lead, 10:53, Baltimore's getting ready to come back out here and try to extend this drive. Kenny says, I dropped Caleb already. I have Jaden. And Jaden is definitely the way to go right now. He's running. He's passing. The offense, dude, I don't know whether it's between play design, his run potential, the offensive line. But when I covered that Washington versus Cincinnati game, oh my God. He had incredible pockets. And when I was watching some of the highlights earlier on NFL Game Center, again, he had these beautiful pockets to pass from. If it doesn't, I got to double check. Let me double check something here. I want to actually double check where PFF has them standing right now on pass blocking. Premium stats. Let's see here. Pass blocking. Yeah, Washington currently listed as the 6th best pass blocking team in the NFL. Baltimore came into this game as the 7th. They're doing better now, ranked 5th. So it's all moving actually. Like case in point, Buffalo came into this game ranked 4th. They are currently ranked 7th. I love that PFF stats are like changing as the games are going. That's absolutely wild. Kenny says Caleb is a statue. It's really hard to watch Caleb. The problem is the interior of the Bears offensive line is garbage right now. Garbage. Nate Davis, garbage. And because he's getting rushed up the middle, he's got nothing. Yeah, let me see here. Where's Chicago ranked in pass blocking? Chicago ranked 15th in pass blocking, but that probably is inflated by some of the stuff that Caleb Williams is doing. Just like case in point, Lamar Jackson evading blitzers helps the pass blocking for the Ravens offensive line look better. A lot of injuries today, like Steve-O said. Rashee Rice being one of those big ones. Steve-O says, handcuff your handcuffs. The NFL is recalculating like my GPS. Recalculating. Make a U-turn at the next available left turn. Make a U-turn. How it really goes. Wop, 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 wop. Certified lover boy, certified. Make a turn at the next left. Always cuts it. Oh, Henry with another good run. And that's a gain 9, maybe 10. And that puts him over 200 yards on the ground today. Absolutely wild on that. And there's a little bench concept, like a little, it's like a post with like, or a deep out with like a corner kind of like. And my God, some of these other looks that the Ravens have. It's like they're getting good plays on looks that if they went the other way, they'd still get a great look. 10-15. Oh, Henry met in the backfield this time and no gain. That's number 42 who delivered a huge hit on that play. 10 minutes left, 3rd and short here for the Baltimore Ravens. Kenny says, Buffalo sucks all of a sudden. The Ravens are good now. NFL, what a league. I told you, man, I told you I felt like this was going to be one of the best years of football we've seen in the NFL, and I still stand by it. It sucks like what happened with Tua, but every week a team is competitive and has hope right now. Even Carolina's starting to have hope with Andy Dalton a little bit. And there's a run by Henry off the left guard, and that's a first down for the Ravens. 9:25 in the first as they're approaching midfield. Kenny says that talk was all about Barkley, but it's Henry. I know Barkley didn't have as big a week this week as the Eagles struggled against Tampa. Tampa's had their number. I don't know what Tampa has on tape against the Eagles, but just like in the playoff game last year, Tampa dismantled them this week. Something about that defense gets them. Fake toss left. Jackson going on the right side and likely with a diving catch, and they're going to say it's a catch. Buffalo pleading for no catch here. It's going to bring 2nd and probably 2 as we'll see maybe if let's see the replay. Oh, that's definitely a no catch. That's 100% a no catch. And challenge flag, I think, coming out from Sean McDermott. And Kenny says, no wonder movies are horrible right now. The NFL and wrestling pay rights more. And oh no for that for a fact. You're not wrong on that, Kenny. All I got to say is, man, what I would give to be able to get in contact with like someone at Netflix, to like do show writing in a sense. Oh my God. I got like at least 2 or 3 really good ones, I feel like. Like 2 based on personal life stories, and the third one just. Actually, I got 4 or 5. I'm going to be honest with you. I got 4 or 5 good shows. If I could pitch to someone at Netflix, like I feel like not only would be huge hits, and we'll roll them out one at a time. You know what I'm saying? Like over like 3 years maybe. Test them out one at a time. See if we can get them going. Like writers get paid shit by Hollywood. They get spit on, no respect. I'd go to the entertainment. I know, man. I would too. I'd go to somewhere like WWE. Like, Or actually, Kenny, you know, it's another good one that probably pays a lot better now. I bet you there's a lot of podcasters that would pay really good money for good script writers to write good scripts, prompts, and stuff like that, and shows and plan ahead. There's so many podcasts that are blowing up. Aza said, all right, my dude, I got to get up early. GG and later. Later, Aza. I appreciate you, my boy. Kenny says, try Tubi, Levi. I'm serious. Netflix is bougie. They love horror movies. Or Pluto. Pluto TV is a good one, too. Honestly, what I feel like a lot of people sleep on is Roku TV. Roku TV is absolutely free if you have a Roku TV, which it's actually one of my favorite brands to buy is just the TCL Rokus, basically. I think they're great TVs. They're solid. The only problem I've ever had with my TCL Roku, I've had we have like a 54-inch TCL in the living room, in the bedroom. And the 54-inch TV sometimes, just out of the blue, every time it powers off or like it loses the connection to the internet and like can't connect. So what I have to do is like restart the device every time, and as soon as I restart it, auto connects every time. It's kind of weird, but I love them too. Like Roku TV. Case in point, Roku TV gives you NFL Game Center and stuff like that. Gives you tons of it gives you everything, man, everything, all for free. Kenny says writing is just putting your. So what's funny, Kenny, is I've actually always struggled historically with writing. Ever since I was a small child, my mind works faster than my hand, so I can't keep up with what I'm thinking, writing it down essentially. And when I was younger, I actually used to get stuck on a word. I would like write the same word like 3 times in a row because in my brain I was already like a sentence or two ahead and trying to keep up. And it's actually been a struggle my entire life with writing. Seriously, Larry says AI putting writers out of work. Dude, AI gonna put a lot of people out of work. I mean, I worked in the airlines when they started pushing the self kiosk. I can 100% guarantee you this. So all of a sudden, Delta Airlines sent a memo through down all of us, and it said this: we are going to add to your monthly scorecard, which is a scorecard that like keeps tracks of different metrics. That's measures your rank and all this stuff and yada yada yada. And on that scorecard, there is going to be a metric that checks your check-ins via kiosk, not by agents or other things like that. And so what they came through and said is that 90% of all check-ins must be done through the kiosk. Because, of course, they understand at bigger airports, they can check in way more people and staff lower. Having someone just, 2 people run 6, 8 kiosks checking people in, essentially, and helping them. And after that mandate, we got hit hard, and they cut our staffing numbers like by fucking 60%, I felt like. It was wild. Oh, yeah, Kenny, I don't pay for actually any TV. I do pay for some streaming services. I'm actually a big anime guy as well, so I pay for Crunchyroll as one of my few vices. Yeah, and content creators, man. You know how much Logan Paul would pay you to write content for him? I mean, just in general, honestly, like case in point, there it was a plastic surgeon down here in Miami, and he had a social content creator that was so good, she got famous, basically because she was so good at her job in making videos. And I feel like writers could probably easily transition to like social content managers in a sense, helping them think of ideas, trends, writing, stuff like that. Oh yeah, that talk to text. I know in Israel, there's an insurance company that laid off 60% of their staff, if I'm not mistaken, using a new AI mechanic because they found through their studies that not only because, of course, they basically eliminate their weight and queue for calls, but actually the AI somehow was able to deliver better customer service than their normal staff. So the threat is real. Kenny says, that's allowed. Faster. I just speak into a tape recorder. I know, actually, the tape recorder was always one of my things, but then you have to go back and still transcribe the tape recorder. And as an ADHD person, you know, you can write as many fucking sticky notes as you fucking want to, but you still have to go back and do all of it. Kenny says, I tried to write down for some content creators, but they didn't like me. You know, I kind of wish I could do something like that in a sense. You know, we're only creating content for a few reasons. One, to help people. Two, the max potential income, and we really hate the coverage of the Baltimore Ravens by national broadcasters and media outlets. And even honestly, on the smaller level, I feel like sometimes the Baltimore Ravens aren't covered that well. Even just like on other social medias and stuff like that. Honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. The Baltimore community to me has not been very accepting, welcoming, any of the such. The only person I give an exception to that sense is Cole Jackson, one of the writers for Baltimore, does a lot of scouting and stuff like that. I'm always shouting out Cole's videos and stuff like that and retweeting them, trying to give him as much love as I can because I really do like his videos and stuff like that. Even though he's never been on the show or anything like that, just a really good guy from what I've seen and like the few conversations I have had with him. Oh my God, what is going on? And Buffalo's dancing in the backfield, and we've got the backups in. It's official, guys. This game is over. Miss Trubisky and the backups are in, and Buffalo just danced in the backfield and got tackled at the 1. So 2nd and long, ball on the 1-yard line. Kenny says, hard to explain your vision to people sometimes. It is. Sirius Slayer says, I, for one, welcome our new overlords. I know a lot of people like that. Andrew Chang. Seriously, it says as Viking fans, you've got I can, as someone that watches, the Viking fans have like almost no representation. Fun fact, seriously, Larry, shout out to Kenny 49ers who's in the chat right here. If you're a Viking fan, Kenny is a 49er fan, but he does these podcasts with was it Power 32 Kenny, I think. And Kenny actually here in the chat did a podcast episode recently with Kevin and Pat Williams. You know, the Williams brothers, which if you're a Viking fan, you absolutely probably remember the Williams brothers. So if you haven't subscribed to Kenny, definitely go check him out. Kenny says, I used to love SNL, but they suck. They require you to sign a 7-year contract. It's been very hard. Oh my God. Can I write for SNL? I don't care about signing a 7-year contract. Oh, and Nate Wiggins again almost got an interception as his teammates are like, come on, bro. Twice Nate Wiggins almost got an interception in this game. Kenny says, most people know from SNL were fired. And you're not wrong on that. You're not wrong. Yeah, Larry, the Williams Wall. You know exactly who I'm talking about. I actually got to drop into that show a little bit and watch. Like I said, Kenny, I think it's called Power 32 Podcast, if I'm not mistaken. But Kenny 49ers here in the chat's the one that was on the podcast. And they're punting from their own end zone. This game's over, guys. And Baltimore going to get a lot of room to return here. Let's see what Hardy does with it. And, tackled at the 50. But let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and settle the betting because I know Steve-O wants to make sure he gets it. So we're closing betting. And the Baltimore Ravens are the winner. The poll is officially completed. Points have been awarded out to all those that bet on the game. Kenny says, we didn't pester them much, but we just did pick'ems together. It was fun. They picked Minnesota over the Niners. Loyal dudes. That or they knew. They might have known. Kenny, they got that insider info. I love those guys. I'll check it out. I'm glad, my guy. We're always rooting for everybody here. But Baltimore being a small market team never is historically. And for those that are still here listening, the wild stuff here. And we got Josh Johnson in for the Ravens, so backup in for the Ravens as well. One of the reasons I started streaming was because back in college when I made the idea like more than 10 years ago for a biofuel cell, I nicknamed SME, the solar harvesting mitochondrial engine. My college teacher told me my questions were above her pay grade. I wonder if using progenitor cells, which are known as self-replicating multipotent stem cells that exist inside your bone marrow, if by using them and hijacking them, if I can increase the efficacy of autoimmune cancer therapies. I gave a speech called GARP, the Great Africa River Project, where I talked about how through my philanthropy work after opening my biofuel cell and taking over a multi-trillion-dollar industry, how I wanted to build a 3,400-mile river through the heart of Africa, right over under the Sahara, stopping the encroachment of Sahara and creating a large and huge geo project to dramatically change the landscape and the ability to self-sustain in the area while providing relief efforts. Yeah, your boy went full crazy when he started streaming, and most of it was just to copyright and patent stuff because it takes money to file patents if you don't know that, and your boy's poor. So, all right, let's wrap this stuff up, guys. Kenny says, remember, the NFL is not rigged per Patrick Mahomes. Levi, you can 100% put together a packet for SNL. If you want any help, let me know. I will critique your stuff. I'd have to look into that because Kenny, what's funny is like I said, I joke. My girlfriend loves me because I make her laugh every single day. I've thought about sometimes trying to do stand-up comedy and stuff like that because they say trauma makes for good material sometimes, and your boy's been through some trauma in his life. And I've watched every stand-up special that there is on Netflix, at least in English. Kenny, I might have to hit you up one day about that. Maybe we'll talk about that on Friday Night Jackbox a little bit. How do you become and do that type of stuff? And, what's it take to get accepted? Kenny says, I'm a big mitochondria fan. So, Kenny, what you do is you take the mitochondria. I'm going to explain the SME real quick. So you take a vat filled with an aqueous solution. On the very top layer of the vat, you layer what are known as cyanobacteria. Cyanobacteria are 600 million years old. They are one of the only organisms on the planet that can go through photosynthesis and respiration at the same time. They freely emit electrons to their environment. They're one of the few things that do that. There's theories that these bacteria moved over to plants and helped some plants photosynthesize, legitimately. So the cyanobacteria sit on the top of the aqueous solution, while then a metal thing is then grafted on the bottom of the aqueous solution, where then the mitochondria are then grafted onto the metal plate. By doing this, I actually avoid what is known as the photovoltaic effect, or the splitting of the electrons off of photons by the sun. So then the second part of this is a company called Protero. There's two parts. Shelley Mintier showed that a mitochondria fuel cell is feasible, and that the more complex the sugar that the mitochondria break down, the more energy. Meaning that if you use sucrose or fructose over glucose, that you can create more energy. Protero showed that you can not only reprogram these cyanobacteria to produce more complex sugars, you can make them make salts, whatever, and they produce the enzymes needed to extract the product from the bacteria. In energy, the problem is not the production of energy, but the movement of energy over long distances. The idea of my biofuel cell is to reduce the startup cost by just using a culture of bacteria, basically having no startup and being able to start up a bunch of smaller companies across the Midwest and other countries that then also give more energy independence to these smaller countries. Mind you, also, while the sun is gone and the mitochondria can't go through photosynthesis, they can be fed a nitrogen gas and then undergo respiration. So even with no sunlight and bad weather conditions, the biofuel cell can still produce energy. All right, I ranted long enough about Shmi for y'all. Y'all probably are bored out of your minds me talking about it. Larry says stand-up is so much – and Larry, you are so not wrong on that. Stand-up is so much harder than people give it credit for. What's funny, one of the guys I used to play football with, who was actually a police officer, actually used to do stand-up on the side. So he was a police officer that did stand-up. Pretty cool, actually. Yeah, open mics. And the thing is this, there's a lot of like comedy scene here where I'm at in Florida. We've got a bunch of smaller comedy clubs, but we've also got the Barber Man Theater, which like Taylor Tomlinson did her special at not too long ago. We've got the Hertz Arena down the road where actually Trevor Noah was not there not too long ago. Gabriel Iglesias, aka Fluffy, is there, I think, or just came there actually this month. I just missed him actually. So like I said, that's half the reason, guys, I started my YouTube, because I was like, man, maybe I can start a YouTube and I can put my ideas out there. And some guy like Neil deGrasse Tyson or Joe Rogan or Elon Musk, I don't care. The thing is, I want to help people. I want to create large and significant amounts of good change in the world. However, the key is good is subjective. Good is not good to everybody. So finding a compromise that everyone can agree with is good. But of course, to create good takes in real analysis takes one of two things: a platform or money, both of which I lack, both of which streaming and YouTube and things like that can fix. So, I'll last statement before I lose. I'm down here in Fort Myers, Florida, Larry, where Hurricane Ian hit. Last thing I'm gonna say about this. Hey, what up under the helmet? Is your boy is slowly just losing his mind every single day. I feel like there are so many solutions in the world that the world could be a better place all around, no matter what side of the aisle you sit on. My philosophy teacher gave it to me the best. You could be left, right, red, blue, doesn't matter. Let's say God came down and gave you a magic button and said, there's a homeless veteran in front of you. Press the button, I will help him. 99% of Americans will hit that button. So if you take out God or whatever figure and you substitute in the endless U.S. budget, nonprofits, philanthropy, all these other things, there's no lack of means to get the job done or help people. So why doesn't it get done? We get lost in what is known as the how. How are we going to do this? Even though there's an excess of how to get it done, we get lost arguing in the how, because both sides lack the ability to rationally argue. It's no longer a debate, it's just two sides yelling their opinion louder. And I feel like I've got half the solutions in the world, but no one cares about a poor dude from the South. But Kenny says, I just want to dance. I feel you, my guy. I'm being too depressed right here. Congratulations, Baltimore Ravens, by the way. Officially 35-10 as they're coming out here to shake hands. Really appreciate every single one of y'all for coming here to hang out with me. I'm getting ready to go heat up some brisket and go hang out with the girlfriend. Serious Larry says, Tesla may have figured out how to send energy through the globe simply and cheaply, but when he died, his work disappeared. What's funny about that, Larry, is in my public speaking class, they made us do like a speech about someone like you looked up to, and guess who I did mine on? I used to joke with the only people other than like y'all that know about all my ideas, and they're all in folders. If I ever die, there's a bunch of folders. If all my folders disappear, you know they took my shit. But I used to joke with my friends in college. I was like, guys, if there's ever it says I killed myself, please don't believe it. Please don't believe it. Because like literally, when I was just here at Florida Gulf Coast University, I was talking to some business professor a little bit about it, and he's like, bro, yeah, you gonna end up somewhere with a suicide note and a shot in the back of your head. And I'm like, I know. Don't worry. I've told my friends a little bit about it. I'm telling you, man, I'm just desperate. That's all it is. I'm desperate to get ahead. The amount of times I've tried to apply to get on the Joe Rogan podcast, Neil deGrasse's podcast, Daniel Tosh's podcast. I tweet at Elon Musk routinely, but just again, nobody actually cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares if I have a potential idea to increase a way to really make a breakthrough in personalized medicine, which of course then if I had a biofuel cell, I would just fund it all like through my own money. Like no profit in helping others, like Azo said. You're 100% right. you know, and that's what breaks my heart is like, I feel like all it would take, man, is like Neil deGrasse Tyson putting out one tweet. I tweet at Mark Cuban all the time too. I'm like, Mark Cuban, I feel like, man, Mark Cuban, I'm willing to give you 50% equity in my biofuel cell, which I think can take over a multi-trillion-dollar industry and within the next 10 years. I'll give you 50% for nothing, basically. Just help me. Just help me and make sure I'm not going to be homeless. But all right, guys. All right, I'm done. I keep saying I'm done, and I keep ranting. I'm so sorry, guys. Just like I said, it's frustrating some days. And it's just like the tip of the iceberg. It's just so the tip of the iceberg. I legally cannot tell y'all a lot of stuff right now, which I could tell Netflix. I could tell Netflix with a certain agreement that they alter some things like names, hide me, the story and things like that. But, legally can't tell y'all anything right now. Maybe one day I'll be able to tell y'all everything that's happened and is going on. But until then, we're going to have one last final drink. Cheers. Like Sirius said, GG. And again, Larry, thank you for the subscribe, my guy. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of the night. We'll be live again tomorrow night for Seattle versus Detroit, 8:15. Make sure you come back and check us out.